There we are. Howdy, howdy, everybody.
Good morning.
Good evening.
And the heck with this stupid time change. Can we leave it here, please? Can we just leave it here and stop the stupidity, please?
I agree.
I know I had to get up an hour earlier just for you guys.
I know. It's not fair. It's not right. And I don't know what kind of bull crap we're doing this for, but it needs to stop.
Really messes with you. Yep.
I know it wreaks havoc on the circadian rhythm. I'm over it.
Yep.
We know what time it is. Stop moving it. I'm so tired of that. Oh my gosh. But how was your guys' week? You guys do anything exciting this week? Any updates, news? What's going on?
Nothing for me. Lindy?
I had my post-op appointment last week and I got flying colours. Yeah, 3 gold stars, 5 gold stars, whatever. My scar is healing up beautifully to the point I don't need to have any bandages on or anything. So I'm now feel normal again. So yeah, feeling amazing. They're very surprised at how well I've healed. So
Carnivore.
Said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And I said, carnivore, baby. And she's like,
Right.
Yeah, that's great. So no, they're very happy with me. So she's definitely going to look into it. So I may have, this is the wound nurse that I was speaking to, and she sees a lot of people struggling, and she's just amazed at how well I've healed. So very lucky.
That's awesome.
Mm.
That's incredible. I did well, nothing really exciting this week. I've been trying to get unburied at work, but that's about it. And well,
the oxalates.
The oxalates, those are almost behind me. Got a little bit of a pinched nerve in my left hip, but that's almost gone. And then working with Lindy on the Montana meetup, so that's starting to progress. I think we'll finally have that launch next week. We're finally going to hit it. We're trying to have it this Friday, but there's problems with the payment portal nonsense for the online tickets and all that stuff. But yeah, the details are coming soon. Lindy, you're almost done with the website, aren't you?
Yeah, it's almost done. We should be live by our next live stream anyway. So
for sure. So
yeah.
That's going to be real exciting. Love to know, put in the chat in there if you guys are planning on coming to the Montana meetup, or if that's something you're interested in. That'll be fun. Also, I'm trying to source bull balls or Rocky Mountain oysters, as we call them. And so
like I ain't eating any bull balls.
Oh, they're tasty. They're really tasty. But the thing is, they're breaded. And so I'm trying to see. Anyways, I'm going to be, stay tuned, because I am going to be making carnivore pork panko breaded bull balls here pretty soon. Seeing how they taste. So stay tuned. We're going to be having some of those. I'm waiting. I'm trying to source them right now.
You can have all of them right to yourself, Todd.
You guys think so, but they're actually delicious. And I mean they'll put the hair on your chest and lead in your pencil, if you know what I mean. So
hang on. I'm actually really confused. Are you literally talking bull balls? Are you talking oysters? Like, what
no,
are you
I'm talking. Yeah, well, it's a joke. They are bull testicles, so you slice up and deep fry.
Oh no, thank you. No.
No, that's what we call it. It's a joke to call them Rocky
since they don't
oysters.
have oysters out there, right?
Because we're not
far from the water.
Yeah.
Well, oysters are not like on my agenda either. Like, it's just like eating snot to me. But no, I wouldn't eat either. So I'd be going hungry for sure.
If you had to choose between one of them.
I'll become a vegan. Give me some diet.
She eat a carrot.
I've had both oysters and Rocky Mountain oysters, and the Rocky Mountain oysters are pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. They're tasty. So we want them on the menu. I guess I didn't realize I was going to have this many chickens in the carnivore community. They're going to be so scared to try them. But so I might not need as many as that, because I was like, how many pounds of bull balls does a guy need for a meetup? But I'm going to try them first, slice them up. I'm going to slice them up, and then I was thinking I would make some buffalo bull balls, because that'd be funny. And
question is, would Scott eat them?
Scott, would you, and all your craziness, would you eat Rocky Mountain oysters. Just quick thumbs up.
I'd probably eat them if Scott cooked them because he'd cremate them.
And then you
So-
wouldn't have to eat them. Yeah.
Dust.
That's awesome. Well, for sure. So we're gonna get those on the menu. Patty says she's from Colorado. Are you coming out, Patty? You're not too far. I drive to Denver all the time. Let's see. Greetings from Virginia. That's funny. Well, I think my hometown.
Gretchen says they have them. So
Yeah, exactly. Now, Gretchen, tell everybody that are the non-believers because they think I'm pulling. They're like, "Are Rocky Mountain oysters not fantastic?"
So what's the texture like? I mean, that just sounds weird.
It's kind of like it's kind of like a sausage. That sounds even funnier now I say it out loud. But it's kind of like sausage texture or like a meat stick texture. It's got kind of like like if you had a meat stick and you grind up all the meat, it's kind of got that texture to them once you deep fry them because you bread them and you deep fry them and they kind of have that texture. And they're a little bit a little bit like white tissue, but a little bit kind of sausagey, toothy feel. And they're tasty. I quite enjoy them.
yeah, Scott's not on board.
Yeah, look right here. Best part of branding, 100%. 100%. So, yeah, right there. My husband likes
There
it.
you
Right.
go. I think 50-50 here.
Yeah, but the 50% that like them are the ones that have had them, and the 50% that doesn't like them are the ones that have never had them and will never try them. The thing is once you try them, you're gonna be like, "Oh, those are awesome." Now, I won't go back into the olden days how they ended up getting those off of there because that would really freak you out. We had some in Fort Worth recently when we were there on holiday. They were delicious, 100%. They're so tasty.
Yeah. Well, it's deep fried, so
yeah,
everything tastes good deep fried.
Even balls. It turns out these are the real meatballs.
Yeah. I guess if you were to serve them to me and not knowing what it was and I tried a bit, I'd probably really enjoy it. But it's just that mental block.
I know.
Like if you didn't tell me what it was.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed you like 8 different fried foods and you won't know which one's the nuts.
You're going to get me to Montana and that ain't happening enough. Michael will look after me.
No, this is going to be fun. Going to enjoy it. But yeah, so let us know in the chat if you guys are close enough by to come hang out with us in Montana for the 4th of July. Let's see. Yep, put those up. But yeah, so that's good. So that'll be launching here pretty soon. Getting ready for that meetup. We're gonna have some shows coming up. We're gonna have some guests coming up here soon too. So stay tuned for that. We're having a special episode. We were gonna have a special episode this Wednesday, but we had to reschedule to next Wednesday. But John is coming on for Obese to Beast, so that's going to be fun. And then we got some more people coming on here. Tyler McCann's going to join us here soon from Wyoming, Rendezvous City Roundup, and we're going to talk about that shit, or what is that should not be named or whatever, the mRNA in our cattle and the GPS tracking. So that's going to be fun. Definitely come watch that because it's probably going to get us all kicked off the internet. So come over.
Yeah, some scary stuff there.
For sure. And then Lindy, I can see Michael's queuing up to make you put your fingers in your ears and go la la la. So Michael, go ahead.
Let's just knock it out of the way.
Yeah, and so we're still want to put the spotlight on Lindy's GoFundMe because we're almost there. We're at 89%, and that's to finish up the bills on her skin reduction surgery. So this is fantastic. If for anybody that doesn't know, Lindy had skin reduction surgery, and we ran this GoFundMe because the stupid medical system in Australia said that which probably the same as United States too would have said it, that it's an elective surgery to have skin taken off. Well, not when you were 500 more pounds. 3 years ago. That's a ridiculous amount of skin. And what was really crazy is, thank God we ran this thing and she got it done because she had a hernia that doctor said was life-threatening, and that she had about 3 more days before she was going to lose her colon and have a life-threatening event. So for this skin surgery not being medically necessary, it sure ended up being very medically necessary, didn't it, Lindy?
Yeah, when you do have a lot of skin, you can't feel bumps and lumps in it. It's just so much skin there. So I had no idea this was brewing and have no idea how long it's been brewing for. But yeah, I was shocked to hear. It still upsets me that I wouldn't have been here today probably, because knowing me, I would have felt sick and I wouldn't have gone to the doctors. I would have waited to the last minute as I normally do, and that could have been way too late for me. So it was very confronting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like Bill Knott says, providence. You know, it was meant to be, and so but yeah. So we appreciate you guys' help, and like we said, if you know, anything you can help do just to spread the word, we appreciate it so much. So, and then Sarah says, looking forward to Montana meetup. So she's going to be here with us. That's going to be so fun to meet you, Sarah. And we're going to get that going. But guys, please get your questions in and we'll start answering some starred questions here.
I saw this week and I thought it was funny as hell.
That's very accurate, actually. Yeah, if only we could wrap our presents in bacon. But what would you wrap bacon in? More bacon? I might have to do a bacon wrap.
You guys have really nice bacon. It's almost square, because when I think Ashley, carnivore brother, made something that looked exactly like that. What did he call it? Just like a meatloaf or something?
Yeah, he called it the breakfast fatty, I think, right?
Yeah, that's right. And he pulled out the bacon. Ours is all funny shapes, and you can't do the beautiful hatched patterns that he did. And it was just a lovely shape and everything.
Yeah, those are called bacon weaves. When you get it like that, those are called the bacon weaves.
Oh, so you actually buy it?
No, all the bacon is like that, but when you put it together like that, it's when you do it in that pattern, it's called the bacon weave.
Because we've got the streaky bit, and then you have like the eye of the bacon, so it's not a nice square shape. So to do that weave thing, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I bet so, because you don't have the long skinny strips that we have. Yeah.
No, your bacon's so much nicer.
Well, different, I would say. I like the idea of having more bacon on my bacon, like your bigger end has.
Right.
Well, Wexville asked because I love the fatty bit. I like the streaky part, whereas my husband likes the eye. He doesn't like the fat at all. So I just sort of snip it. He has the eye, and then I have the streaky bits. So it works out well.
For sure. All right. Let's go to some questions. We got some coming in. I agree. The time change is annoying. That's 110% correct. I don't know why we're still doing this. It's ridiculous. We pay taxes, we fight wars, and yet we don't get to decide what time it is. Yep. we got to jump around. It's ridiculous.
Then we change in a month. I think April 6th we worked it out. My clock's changed, so it's going to be different again.
You fall backwards, right? You go back.
I have no idea.
It's fall for you.
Yeah, she's going to go get her hour back is what's going to happen. Yeah. Arizona stays on standard time year round. We don't change. I know, it's awesome. You guys are doing it right, Janet, for sure. I want a copy of that for sure. There's Scott.
What's DLS?
Not sure. I'm not sure what DLS is.
Oh, daylight savings. Daylight savings. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
It's too damn hard.
For sure. I just watched Bella's chicken video. We're in trouble.
I haven't seen it. That got put out last night. So I've only just woken up straight into meetings. So I haven't had a chance to watch it. Have you watched it?
Yeah, well, no, I haven't had a chance to watch it either because I just got out of the open chat. But I know that it's about, they're trying to blame the bird flu and stuff on the chickens, and it's nonsense. And so I definitely am going to watch it tonight after this live stream. But yeah, well, that's what I want to talk to Tyler and some of these ranchers about, because we got to start getting on top of this and blowing the whistle on this nonsense, because they're coming after our beef and our chickens, and it's It's bullcrap what they're trying to do for sure. They're really coming after it. Bull and buffalo flavor balls can be called great balls of fire. There you go. That's a good one. It's a buffalo ball. Great balls of fire. I like that. God had a better plan for you, Lindy. Great work. It's not finished yet for sure. 100%.
Thank
Great
you.
work's not
Yes.
finishing.
Still got a long way to go for my journey, but taking my time.
For sure. For the Montana meetup, how many days will it be? And is there a hotel we're staying at? So there
15 days, right?
It's not going to be 15 days. It's going to be 2 days. It's going to be the 4th and the 5th. And I'm working on it. So there's a hotel. There's many hotels. But I haven't had one picked out yet, but there is a hotel that's very close to me that's being built right now. And it's so close. I just drove by it yesterday, drove through the construction project, and I was looking in there, and it's about trimmed. And it looks like they're going to be turning it over any minute, like literally in the next 4 to 5 weeks. So as soon as that thing is up and taking occupancy, I was going to go in there and see if I can get a group discount, and that would be the closest one to all the events, and it'd be brand new. So stay tuned on that. If we can get that worked out, then it'll be going on the website, and the website is being launched next week. So stay tuned, but we will be getting that
this week for us in Australia. It's already
true. That is true. I forget what week you're on.
It's Monday, yeah.
Yeah. I'm eating my second sous vide steak in a week. A lot more tender. Yes, they are. They're so great. And then that's where you really want to put your like chuck eye steaks and stuff in there. The little more tougher steaks, or like you can put brisket in there. You can put chuck roast in there. And I mean, good Lord, are those fantastic. You can really break those down and keep the flavor in there.
Yeah, that's nice. I love mine.
Yeah, they're incredible. Sadly, not going to be building my cottage, so all my funds are going to that for the foreseeable. Otherwise, I'd be there for those balls. Absolutely. Well, all I say, Anna, priorities. Okay, cottage over bull balls. I don't know. You're doing this right, but anyway, that's awesome. Enjoyed the meetup in Austin yesterday. Yeah, I heard it was awesome. Did you guys got to see Kilchi and the Healing Humanity team and everything? That's awesome. Wish I was there. That would have been fun.
Since Lydia's doctors know it was life-threatening, they ought to okay it as an emergency surgery, so insurance will cover it. Well, I guess I was open, so they couldn't really go and ask anyone if it's okay. They just fixed it all under the one surgery. So
yeah, it'd be interesting. I think they're trying to say, I don't know, can you get a refund on on the surgery? Like, I want my money back. I'm not happy with the results. Did I get a warranty on this thing?
Well, I don't want my 9 kilos back.
Yeah,
no. No, the surgery still took place, and he fixed it for free. So, I mean, I guess I can't complain. He didn't charge me any extra for the extra work.
That's awesome.
If you've eaten high carb and protein, low fat, you would have lost all the weight a long time ago.
What do you think of that?
Okay.
What's that?
What do you think of that comment that we got tonight?
If you have eaten high carb and protein, low fat, I think that Truth Cooperator or whatever is a troll trying to cause trouble. But yeah, whatever, moron. This is the standard American diet that you're speaking to, and that's how 74% of the Earth's population is overweight and obese right now. So yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a troll. Yes. That's what it sounds like to me. Well, have fun, Truth Cooperator. Tell your mom I said hi.
Change your name from Truth, though. Get rid of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, what? I don't know. People are stupid. You can't help stupid. And you really can't blame them because they're eating low fat and their brains don't work. So Something about
I guess, if whatever is working for you, then just keep doing what you're doing. But it obviously didn't work for us, and this is working for us. So just stay in your lane and we'll stay in ours.
And believe me, we have all tried the low fat and the carbs. We were all eating healthy, what we thought was healthy, what the doctors told us to eat to try to lose weight, and it didn't work for us.
Yeah, these people are nuts. Whatever. Something about farmers. I hate that it is dark when I get up to go down. Yeah, I know. They say that about farmers, but then I know a lot of farmers, and they're like, "No, we would rather it was not. We'd rather that it was lighter earlier in the morning." Farmers
Doesn't
get
it
up early.
affect the cows as well? I think I've heard somewhere it affects the cows, especially with their milk supply, because it's all changed. Normally they're at the same time, and it does something to them.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. I don't know, but I hate it all. Something terrible. Somebody said that it was actually some guy that was studying bugs or something was the one that brought this up the first time, because he wanted to study bugs that came out at a certain time of night, but his job wouldn't allow him to do it, so he wanted to move the clock 20 minutes or something, and everybody's like, no. And he was on some team. I don't know. It was really stupid. But then they started working up all the reasons that this would be good to do, and it was all kind of stupid. But it got put in at a high government level for some reason. I don't know. I just heard this the other day, and I was listening to it. It was making me so mad I had to turn it off. But it was some really stupid crap. And I was like, yeah, that almost sounds plausible, because that's how it feels like things actually sneak into our government sometimes. Perth, Australia doesn't mess with daylight savings. Thank the Lord. Perth and Arizona are doing it right. Aussie and New Zealand fall backwards in April. There you go.
Bye, darling.
Our food supply is under attack. 100% our food supply is under attack. That's exactly what's happening for sure. And we gotta blow the whistle on it, fight back. It's gonna get a little bit crazy here. We all know that the bird flu is another attempt at the pandemic to derail the Trump administration. Corruption is deep. I mean, I don't want to get political, but yeah, 100%. That's a fact. Yeah, I mean, we've seen this playbook before. So, there you go. Come and celebrate with us. You can celebrate with Rocky Mountain oysters and buffalo and elk and fireworks. It's going to be a good time. Come on out and see us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, my birthday is 1st of July, so
there you go.
Yeah, big birthday bash.
That's awesome. Please talk about quitting aspartame and sucralose. You want to go first, Lindy?
Just stop. If you don't, like for me, if I have any kind of sweeteners, it just keeps those cravings alive. So to get that off switch, I need to stop anything that tastes sweet. But I don't think they're that good for you anyway. Yeah, it's hard. I know Todd has a drink. Do you have that recipe handy, Michael? Yeah. So that's a great way to sort of try and get rid of it. But you go, Todd.
Yeah, that stuff's very addictive. First of all, I don't even think people realize that even those diets drinks are so addictive, but they really are. It was the worst addiction I had, and they do screw up your stomach microbiome. They do block your proper hormone signaling and for your hunger and satiety hormones, and they wreak havoc on your gut microbiome. But they're also very, very addictive, and they do still cause, some of them, like aspartame, is so convincing as being a sweetener that it still causes an insulin response too. So that's pretty terrible. And then also think about the aftertaste those things leave in your mouth. There's quite a bit of information out there nowadays about your mouth microbiome and your pre-signaling in your mouth when you're chewing is the first thing that starts digestion and starts your proper hunger hormones. And Michael's putting that up there right now.
Yeah. And then I'll post a link. I can't link directly to it, so you have to go through it. It's at the very bottom of the link that I'm posting.
Oh, nice. And so so that's this is what I used as a bridge to get off of it. It was basically a sparkling lemonade that I would use the lime bubbly volcanic organic lemon juice and Dr. Berg's electrolyte powder, and you make like an electrolyte lemonade, and that's what I used for about 6 weeks to get off of the diet drinks. But it was the toughest addiction that I had. And you know what's crazy about it is that stuff is so, that aspartame especially is so bad for you, because I think they said that they were studying that or something with the Gulf War syndrome or something. But my dad was telling me about that, that a lot of the people that were having memory problems and stomach problems that thought they got hit with chemical warfare or whatever, they thought might actually been the aspartame in the soda that got superheated in the sun in the desert, and that it caused it to go back to its like unaltered chemical state or something. But yeah, artificial sweeteners also trigger insulin response. It's hard to fight insulin resistance for sure, and it really is all those things. So long story short is, it doesn't let you let that sweet taste craving die. It screws up your gut microbiome. It hides, it hides your true hunger and satiety signaling. And so you're likely going to not eat enough of your carnivore foods when you're having them. And it just keeps that addicted, sugar noise still alive, right? That carbohydrate noise in your head still alive. So definitely quit them if you can. It should be one of the, in my opinion, it should be one of the first things that you try to get past. And once you get past, you get in our experience, you get Lindy's patented off switch. So that's
best thing ever.
Yep.
Yeah, food freedom
For sure.
You will have to watch the Dr. Bird podcast Bella was referring to. Eye-opening, but not surprising.
Yeah, definitely will be watching that.
Is a hotel part of the ticket package, or can we stay somewhere else and only pay for the meetup?
No, you can stay anywhere you want. That right now, it's only so there's like five different ticket packages, because there's 3 events over 2 days. There's a 4th of July event that's just one event that day. That's an all inclusive package, and that is 6, 7. I mean, it's going to be a minimum of 6 hours. It's probably going to go longer, but it's a all day meetup. There's not going to be any Q&A or anything. It's just a social event, meet and greet with all the doctors, and everybody will be there. And we're limiting that to 300 people is all we have room for. So it'll be a meet and greet where everybody gets to meet each other and meet the SBG gang. A bunch of the Healing Humanity gang's going to be there, and the doctors. And we're going to do a private barbecue there, which should be
private fireworks displays. Yeah.
Yes, but there are some disclaimers on the fireworks, because if it gets too hot and we can't light them off, we have firework bans. So we don't get to do it every year, but 90% of the time. So as long as we do that, it's a fireworks display, fireworks celebration, giant barbecue, and with all the doctors. And so, that are going to be there.
It's really not that big of a deal. It's just Todd holding a sparkler in his hand going,
yeah, you'll see. It's actually pretty crazy. It's pretty big, but a lot of fun. And then we're going to be making meats there, and we're trying to dress this one up for sure, because we want everybody to be able to have some Montana meat. So some fresh buffalo, some fresh beef, and some fresh elk, and then a some nards. So we're gonna get all those out there, and then and yeah, we do. It is like $50,000 fireworks display that we generally put up, and so it's going to be a big one. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And since we're talking about meetups, let's talk about Lindy's meetup.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
goodness. Yes, April 26th is the Carnivore Live meetup in Melbourne. So if you're local to Melbourne or can get to Melbourne, I'd love to see you there. I will be speaking with Bella. I'm very nervous about it. It'll be my first official speaker opportunity. So yeah, I'd love to see you there. So if you're in the audience, do come up and say hello if you see me. But yeah, all very exciting.
That's awesome. For sure. And so yeah, it's gonna be great to see. You'll be the first ones to see Lindy speak live. It'll be incredible.
I know, I'm so nervous, absolutely nervous.
I think they said that the trick to it is to picture Michael in his underwear. Pretty sure it's what you're supposed to do.
I heard it was the front row, picture them all in their underwear, but yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Time change is stupid. Who is making money on it? Yeah, no joke. 100% stupid. I cannot wait to get rid of that. Neither does Queensland. Never had daylight savings time here. Never want it. Oh, that's awesome. You guys, you're ahead of us. I want that to go away immediately. Let's see. I bought a meat grinder for Cabela's. My hubby had some gift cards. I also got a 13-pound brisket on sale for $2.99 a pound. That'll be awesome. We'll be grinding it up Tuesday. Absolutely. You're gonna really like the meat better, I think. I think it's way tastier ground beef that way.
And you grind bacon in with yours to make your burger patties, don't you? Which is,
yeah,
you say is a game changer.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I'll do. My favorite one is about 60% brisket, about 20% chuck, and then about 20% bacon. And then also I get a little liberal with the pickled jalapenos on that one too. They're pretty tasty. It's official. Oh, go ahead.
It's official. I am an SBG gang member. I can't join the challenges, but I look forward to meeting all of you over the next few days and weeks. Let's go. Great. Say hi to us if you get to make one of the meetings.
Absolutely. We want to meet you, Yoda. That's awesome.
Yeah, look out for the open chats. You'll find us in there.
Just look for the little green guy in Zoom calls.
There's a non-zero chance that all the fireworks will fire off prematurely. I'm glad my car's here in Australia, so it's safe. It's all right.
Hey, it's either going to be a good, big, long show, or it's going to be a really big, short show. But no matter what.
I bring a helmet with just in case and goggles. And
the show will go on. You know, honestly, why I can't tell you where it's going to be at yet? Because I'm trying to rent the property.
Bunker?
Yeah, kind of. I need to get you to a safe enough location. So we're trying to rent an area where we can put you all. Because when we do this huge show for fun, and occasionally things haven't gone perfect every time. So we got to get you far enough away that you're safe.
He doesn't blow us up.
Yeah, we're trying not to blow anybody up. So anyhow, don't worry. Nothing to worry about. But we're getting you out of the blast zone, and that's why I'm I can't tell you exactly the exact pinpoint location that you'll be setting just yet because I'm working on renting that land. But it'll be humongous, biggest fireworks in Montana, and you'll be safe and you'll be eating bull balls. I mean, what sounds better than that? Safe proximity, huge fireworks, Rocky Mountain oysters. This would be awesome. This poor Mitch forced it.
Oh,
no, he's not.
Cards at the rehab center. Is he home now?
I think he's still in rehab, but I don't think so. I don't think Mitch would let that happen. And he already did a video, and Mitch said that that it was because he had a brain surgery. What was it, 3 or 4 years ago? He had an accident, had a brain surgery, and the stroke happened right where he had the surgery, right on this, right where they did the brain surgery. So it wasn't from carnivore or any of the stuff. It was from the brain surgery that he had. But Mitch did say that they were trying to get on him about his cholesterol or whatever, and it's like it had nothing to do with it, But whatever, the naysayers are going to say what they want to say, and then we're all going to pretend like vegans don't have strokes, and it's like whatever. It's all full of crap, propaganda nonsense. But we're praying for Mitch, and he's let's just hope that he makes a miraculous recovery, because he said he's already made tons of recovery already in there.
Yeah. Michael, what day is your birthday?
16th.
16th January?
No,
July.
July?
We're July babies.
January.
I just felt like you're cold-hearted. No, July, baby, 16th. The reason why I said that is because my brother Ty's birthday was July 16th.
Was it really?
Or January 16th.
Oh, January.
Oh.
16th. Okay.
And that's why it popped in my head. I was like, January? Yeah. Let's see. Somebody will be recording your speech, Lindy, for those of us who can't be there.
Hopefully my family
Scott.
will be there. So
Scott will do it. A
I'll get him
remote
too.
cameraman.
Wait a minute. Wait. What? If
He'll
that's
film
on
my feet.
we should see what time it is. Maybe we can live stream it like you did the zoo here.
Oh, don't do that. That's going to make me even more
That's more
nervous.
pressure.
Having like
We'll talk
whole of
about this
US
when Lindy's not
watching.
around, Todd.
All right. Well, Todd, never mind. That's really not
That was
going
a
to
bad
happen, Lindy.
idea, Todd.
Never going to happen. You don't have to worry about a single thing. There's no way that me and Michael are going to do a special episode.
So I'll cut the cables. No internet reception in there. So, I got you.
That's awesome.
Fireworks and Todd mixed together. What could happen?
The worst thing that'll happen, the absolute worst thing that'll happen, Thomas, would be that the meat would be well done. That's what would happen. But we're gonna be all right. There's gonna be no accidental well done meat. So let's see. Did we already catch up on the? You guys need to talk more. You guys aren't asking enough questions. We already caught up on the starred questions.
Oh, what do you want to talk about then?
I was just catching up on the reading the comments. Well, gosh, I don't know. That was a joke. See, if my fireworks all go off at once and we're stuck in a blast zone that looks like a supernova, the meat's going to get a little charred. So that was a fireworks joke. But no, the meat, for sure not. We will not be decimating any perfectly good ruminant animals. Not on my watch. That ain't happening. No, it's going to be perfect.
Is Brett and Ashley, who's your carnivore and carnivore brothers?
Yeah,
I've had their meat and it's fantastic. So they won't let anything burn.
For sure. No, it's going to be, those guys are pros for sure.
They are the reason I have a smoker in my back garden now. It was so good.
They are absolute wizards. What happened there? Let's see. All right, I think we're there. But yeah, I don't know. What should we talk about? What's we guys have any topics? Holy cow. It's been a long time. There's a lot of people on here too, and nobody's asking questions.
Everyone's happy. Happy little carnivores.
Right.
No one else had said anything, but I believe that inflammation in the blood vessels caused by nicotine in the cigar smoke from Mitch's habit contributed to the stroke.
I didn't even know that, but yeah, that could be. That's interesting. And it's funny, because they'll attack the meat,
Right.
like it's the only thing, and it's like whatever. We all have so many so many factors in, especially coming from our old lives and our old damage. It's crazy,
Do you have mosquitoes in the summer in Montana?
Not generally, no. Not here where we're at, anyways. If you go down by the creeks or whatever, if you get close to water on a humid year, you will. If it's real rainy and real warm, you will. But even where we're at, what'll happen is if it gets humid here and it gets real wet, we'll get some critters for a minute, usually a bunch of grasshoppers, but we'll also get a few mosquitoes, and then we get the bats come out in full force, and that's what you'll see is bats, because the bats come out to eat the mosquitoes and the bugs. Yeah, so we get we get swarmed with bats, and then but no mosquitoes. So that won't be a problem.
I even said something in the chat, Sandy, but no response. I'm actually being interviewed by DC on the 15th.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll have to check that out for sure.
When will you model for us? I don't model. I'm shy. Yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll try and do a video one day.
For sure. You're still healing. You got plenty of healing to do.
My doctor put me on metformin. Do any of you have experience with it, and how important is it to take?
Never was on it. You guys?
Which one is the metformin? I feel like I was taking it. Let me go back.
Definitely pop your question in the SBG General Forum, because you're now a member there, and just tag Dr. Phil, and he'll be able to give you a bit of an explanation, some guidance, things to look out for. But definitely don't stop anything without speaking to a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's type 2 diabetes stuff. Yeah, the metformin stuff is he would want you to wean off that with your doctor. But so it's important that you wean off of it. I know that for certain. So, but yeah, Lindy's 100% right. Definitely bring that in there and let one of the more let Dr. Phil answer that question with you.
And he'll tell you what to talk, tell your doctors as well. If your doctor's not sort of happy with it, he'll guide you on what to say.
Here's a big one, guys. We hear this one all the time. What do you guys say?
What can I do for plateau? Any suggestions? Thank you. Are you eating enough? It sounds really, sounds terrible, because we're always told to restrict. And what happens is you restrict so much that your metabolism crashes, and then everything just stops. Your body just stops wanting to do anything. It's in survival mode. So you have to trick your body by eating. That's where we do priming, to nourish your body and get your body feeling safe and satiated. And then you can sort of go back to what you were doing before. But sometimes you need to eat through it and start the healing process again, ramp up that metabolism.
Yep.
So that's my first suggestion.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And, for plateaus can happen for a multitude of reasons, but ultimately what I think you should do for a plateau is join a good carnivore community. And obviously we are fans of the Steak and Butter Gang, because you can help see all the people. There's different reasons that you plateau. Sometimes it's for healing. Sometimes it's from undereating and having a real low metabolism at the time. Sometimes it can be stress and things you're stressing out about. So there can be a lot of factors, but it's really handy to be in a carnivore community so that you can learn from all the people that have gone through a bunch, and because it takes a lot of kind of more information than what we can get here from you to understand what you're eating, what your day-to-day looks like, how much weight you've lost, how long you've been doing this, if you're going through any kind of oxalate dumping, see if you're eating enough of those type of things, and to help you try some things to play around with it to break through that plateau. But undereating is like the number one common thing that causes plateaus for sure.
And it's just nice to know that you're not the only one that's struggling with it. There's so many carnivores out there that are struggling with this. And when you're in a community and you start troubleshooting and you're getting ideas, you can then start implementing these things. And that's when things will start to move again. But yeah, community is so important for that reason. So we can compare notes and share our tips and tricks.
Absolutely.
Used to is where I want to be. I'd rather fix things naturally with diet and exercise.
That's way.
Yeah.
100%. Yep, 100%. And I really think we're all getting there. I mean, as much stuff as we watch heal on carnivore, and especially in the SBG gang, when people are giving their NSVs, it's incredible watching people get back to work and walking again, get off their medication, get off oxygens, get off CPAPs. I mean, just crazy stuff.
But I also think it's important to do it slowly. So especially with medications, just talk to your doctor and wean off it slowly. Just going hardcore detox can, cause a lot more issues, I think.
For sure.
It'd be harder anyway to deal with.
100%.
I'm addicted to beef. My veins full of tallow.
There's worse addictions, my friend. That's awesome. Yeah, you and me both. I just had about 2.5 pounds of New York strip at about 6 hours ago, and I'm going to go eat another 2.5 pounds right when I get done with this live stream. I'm hungry.
Haven't watched the priming videos, but trying to eat more times a day. I had 2 meals, not sure if I'll get a third in. Yeah, priming is difficult, and if you're struggling, just try and graze. This is what I do. I've got my jerky here. It's lamb jerky, which I did in the smoker and then popped in my dehydrator, and I just graze on that because I struggle to sit down and eat a full meal. It can be uncomfortable for some, but just graze, get a couple of bites in every half hour just to get that food up.
That's awesome. And here, Grandma Gigi is going to show you how it's done.
I had 4 eggs at lunch, 2 T-bones, and a pat of butter I don't eat after 3 p.m.
That's awesome. You're doing a real good job. So yeah, definitely 4 eggs, 2 T-bones. How big are the T-bones? Are they the real thin ones or are they thicker? Like how many ounces do you think you're eating?
I'm going to say they're not going to be like yours.
Yeah.
But also if you're having 1 meal a day, and if you've been doing for a long time, your body's used to receiving that at the same time every day. Yeah. So yeah, you need to
mix it up.
Things up.
Yep. Keep the body guessing.
Yeah, Todd struggled with OMAD for about 7 months or something, and you just crashed.
Yeah, I did OMAD for 7 months, and then my metabolism completely crashed, and then it was fine for 7 months. OMAD was fine for 7 months, but at 7 months it crashed. I kept trying to push through it till like month 9.5. And all that happened was my metabolism got worse and worse and worse. And that's when I joined SBG. And I went from eating like 1,700 calories a day of sirloin. I was eating low-fat sirloin to eating like 7 pounds of red meat ribeye a day, which was crazy. And I know how crazy that sounds, and it was crazy. I started taking it down. But that was when I broke through my plateau, healed my metabolism. Lots of things healed, and I gained 21 pounds. I lost 3 shirt sizes through that with composition changes. And then that took me into fasting. And then all the weight was just, tons of weight was just coming off. It was crazy. All right.
Is this a good meal for my... Oh, go on.
Ahead. Go ahead, Lindy. Go ahead.
I was just reading. Did you have something?
No, I was just going to show one of Todd's steaks to show everybody the size
yeah.
of what he considers
normal steak.
And you have 2 of those?
Yeah, I do. I eat 2 of those a day. And yeah, that's about a 3-pound ribeye there. And I use the the Kirkland green butter because it gives you, everybody knows what size that butter is.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was as thick as a package of butter, which is about 2.5 inches thick or a little bit more. But you see, go back to the first one, Michael, if you don't mind. This is a good reason. This butter was completely flat with the top of that steak. Now go to the second one. You'll see that it shrinks down because you lose some of that. So that comes down about, I don't know, that's about 3/8 of an inch roughly that the steak actually lost in size. But yeah, so it's a little over 3 pounds not cooked, and then after cooked, it's probably like 2.5 to 2 3/4 pounds. But yeah, on a normal day when I'm not priming, I take down 2 of those a day, one for lunch and one for dinner. I take down. So my favorite, and I already had a big one for breakfast this morning. All right.
Okay, is this a good meal for my first meal tomorrow? 1 steak with cold butter, blue cheese, 6 carnivore deviled eggs, and 6 strips of bacon.
Sorry, I was zoning out because I gotta read that again. Is this a good meal for my first meal? 1 steak with cold butter, blue cheese, 6 carnivore deviled eggs. That sounds delicious. Right now, Thomas, you're making me really hungry. Really hungry. And yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Now, remind me how long you were fasting for, though. I had 4, but because I can't tell if you're coming off a fast.
He's just coming off a long fast.
I feel like it is. That might give you that might be too much for
Yeah,
a
that's too
long
much.
fast. So it depends on how your stomach feels, Thomas. But I think that that's what he's saying. Either that, or he's just saying, because I don't know what he means by first meal tomorrow. If you're just saying, how's this for breakfast? I think that sounds like fantastic breakfast.
Right.
Unless you're coming off with a fast, and that's a little bit scary because that could make you pretty sick. If any fast over like 48 hours for me, I have to break in a little bit slow, or else I have a little bit of a come to Jesus
Oopsie
moment.
pants.
Yeah, in the bathroom for sure. So, all right. Oh, actually, sorry, we got a super chat from Gunther. Hey, Gunther.
Could you please give a summary of the priming process from start to finish? Also, how many weeks or months does priming process take?
Okay, I'm going to. Can you please give me a summary? I can give you a quick summary. So, the quick summary of a priming protocol is that you start with eating 3 meals a day plus snacks for a period of time. Then you go to just 3 meals a day. And then you try to work down to 2 meals a day. And then you try to work down to OMADs, which is beginning into fasting. And then you start doing like OMADs, 23-in-1, and then so on and so forth. And it progresses all the way up to 72-hour fasting. But how you eat, like this is so nuanced. We don't even put all the calendars out in the same week in SPG because there's enough to it and you need guidance every week because depending on how things are going, you might end up going back a week. So, and for the duration of it, Gunther, some people do it in 2 weeks and some people take, it depends on what your body's healing is what it really depends on. But like mine took 6.5 months. Some people can do it in 2 weeks because they're just in really good shape. Where like Alyssa, she's still doing it a year and a half later because she's healing some really serious autoimmune issues, but it is healing, And so it depends on who you are and what your goals are and what you're healing. But it really depends on you. But the priming protocol isn't a start here, end here on these dates thing. It's a rough guideline to get you thinking about food different and to get you opening up your appetite and to see if you're eating enough and to see so that you can challenge yourself to be nourished, to see what a nourished body feels like with a high metabolism, and to give your body the building blocks to heal and to put healing first. And so but here's the real truth of it, Gunther, is priming is only 50% the program and it's 50% the community, because what happens is as you're going through the program, you're going to have a bunch of nuances and things that need to work out. And that's where the weekly Zoom calls that happen almost every day, every week, every day, all week long is what I'm trying to say. You can come in and get some guidance when you run into the situation in unfamiliar territory. We can tell you and help guide you through those issues and whether you might need to be eating more, you might be eating less, you might be going through an oxalate dump. I mean, all these different things that we find, we help guide people through. And that's why priming outside of a community is kind of hard to explain. because you need to be working with the community to see how people are going through their issues and their different nuances and roughly the different troubles, because sometimes you can't eat enough because your gut microbiome screwed up and you're trying to heal your gut before you can even prime. Sometimes, you're finding out that you have a histamine intolerance and that you can't eat a certain type of meat, What's that?
No. It's just I was unstarring stuff, and then I forgot that you jumped ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries.
So I had to go back and restart stuff.
No worries. I was going to say, all right.
I watched a video with Rebecca Heichman. She recommends 2-to-1 fat protein ratio. I have a hard time getting enough fat in, struggle to get one-on-one. Sigh.
Yeah, to get one-on-one. Yeah, it's difficult, but you got to start playing with things and just a little bit at a time, and those things will add up over time. Just increasing it a small percentage, but cold fats. Try not to eat the rendered fats if you didn't already know, but the cold fats, obviously, and then start putting them in there. What I've been doing is I've been getting you saw that big ribeye that Michael put up there. Well, what I've been doing recently to get some more, because Dr. Kiltz is all about the raw, like eating the raw meat and the raw fat and stuff. So can you pull that picture of that ribeye back up, Michael?
Yep. Give me 1 second.
No worries. So what I've been doing is I love to get the primal rib roast from Costco and the primal strip loin roast from Costco. I think they're a pretty good deal. But see, this isn't a great one, but you see on that top right hand of the corner, this is funny. I picked this meaty one, but generally, can you put your mouse up on that picture, Michael? Yeah.
Right
so that part right there, if you follow that line over, you see that. Okay, go up a little bit, Michael, to the left and up. Yeah, see that line? Usually that line comes all the way down in that entire tip. If you follow that all the way down to the right, yep, I'll take that line. You were just on it, that fat line going to the other direction. Yeah. No, you were on it up top.
Where?
Oh no, other way. Yep.
You're mirrored. So every time you say it.
Oh, okay. So left then.
So left. Okay, here we go.
Okay, no, that's right. Because I want you to go toward the tip of the steak.
So you want me to go this way?
Yeah. So follow that. Yeah, follow that all the way down, just like it's going. Usually it comes down, and then everything from there over on those primals is fat. It's all fat is what I'm trying to say. So this is an oddball one that there's meat above your mouse pointer right now. Usually that's all fat right there.
Right.
Yeah. Usually that whole tip is fat. So what I've been doing is I've been cutting that whole tip off right there. And, it's that thick and fat. And I've been grating it like real thin, like it's little cheese slices, because it's kind of like cheese-like in texture, right? And that's because it's that hard white fat. And so I've been cutting it like really thin cheese slices, and then I'll cook the rest of that meat. And I slice it up, and I take a piece of that raw fat, and I put it right on a slice of that meat, and I eat it together. And it is fantastic. But that raw fat digests so much better without giving me any diarrhea or anything. It's been great. And so I've been eating the heck out of those. Let's see. So yeah, maybe give that a try for sure.
Lindy, can you talk about the benefits of exercising using a mini trampoline? I believe you have one. Yep, that's right behind me, which I'm not allowed to use at the moment after my surgery. So I'm a bit bummed about that. But is it NASA that say 5 minutes of rebounding is equivalent of 20 minutes walking, which I absolutely love that. So if I get up and go to the toilet, grab a drink, I jump on that for 5 minutes and I just do like a gentle bounce. My feet don't actually leave the mat. It's more like a healing bounce. And what you're doing is you're pumping your lymphatics. That gets all your circulation and your lymphatics flowing. It is a bit of a workout if you're not used to exercise. Like it does strain your calves and all that kind of stuff, but in a good way. You can really feel the burn. So I love my rebounder. And you've got one too, don't you, Todd?
Yeah, for sure. They're awesome. I use them every morning for my calves because it really gets the lymphatic system pumping and it really gets blood flowing. And man, I enjoy the heck out of them. My legs are really looking like, well, human legs now instead of water buffalo legs from having all that lymphatic tissue on them. So it's really making a ton of progress. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. And a vibration plate is also excellent for the lymphatics, but you get to the stage where I just wanted something a little bit more where I can stand up and be a little bit more energetic. So if you're not in a position to do the rebanding, a vibration plate is also really good for that reason.
Here's a follow-up right away for rebounding, as we're talking about it.
Have you noticed the rebounder works better than a vibration plate or a pump? I sit at my desk a lot because all my work is done on a computer. So having the vibration plate while I'm working is fantastic. But then when I stand up, it's just nice to stretch my whole body and do a few extra movements where I'm working other parts of my body as well. So I might do some little weights on the rebounder or little star jumps, things like that. So I'm working more muscles. So I think it's a bit of both, really.
Yeah, I don't think that it's either or. I think they work together. So what I do is I get up and I do the Wim Hof breathing first because that moves your diaphragm, and I find that really does open up. You can even feel it when you do the Wim Hof breathing, open up your diaphragm down low in your waist, where that's one of the places that lymphatic fluid gets kind of pinched off and blocked off. And then I use the vibration plate on my legs and arms because it opens up a sluggish lymphatic system and gets things moving and kind of shakes things up. And then I go into the rebounder, and I just think those three things together really open up the lymphatic system and get lymph fluid moving. And so I have never done one without the other, really. I mean, I did the vibration plate for the first 6 months or something, but I couldn't tell you now that I have both and at the current rate of healing that I'm already at, I couldn't really tell you. I just know that they work both really well together, for sure.
Yeah, they definitely complement each other. But at the start, there was no way I could get on a rebounder, let alone find one to hold my weight. But now that I'm in that position, I love it. And I love both. Actually, my vibration plate broke, and I thought, well, I'm not going to buy another one. I'll buy the rebounder. But I ended up buying myself another vibration plate because I missed it so much. So definitely having the two works
That's
for
awesome.
me. Oh, you're welcome.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah.
All right, let me go. Did we miss a comment from her? I don't think so. I don't see one. Okay.
Well, no, she was talking about. She's the one that asked about exercise and
okay.
trampoline.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Todd, did you hear Dr. Berry's video last week of the bad effect of raw egg whites?
I did. It was once you figure it's the only anti-nutrient on carnivore is egg whites, raw egg whites to be specific. But that's okay. I don't eat egg whites. I only eat the yolks when I take them raw. So, but that makes a whole lot of sense why I wasn't feeling good when I had the whites in there, which is exactly funny to think about because I didn't think that the whites were a big deal when I was cooking them because I'm like, I don't really have any real thing. And then I started drinking them and I was like, oh, this is hard. I wasn't feeling great drinking them. And then I got rid of the whites and just doing the yolks, and now I feel fine again. But yeah, it turns out that raw egg whites are anti-nutrients. It's crazy.
Yeah, I first heard about it in Dr. Georgia Eads' book. I can't remember the depression book. Yeah, she talks about it in there, something about bite and how it leaches something. So it's definitely stay away from the egg whites because I used to make my egg colladas with the whole egg. Now I don't use the whites at all.
Wow. Then Thomas says, alternate day fast, so every fast eat. Yep, for sure. And if you're just doing an alternate day, I think that meal sounds fantastic, Thomas. It's really making me hungry, in fact, to think about
it. Not sure about the blue cheese. I've got to think about it.
For sure.
Blue cheese is good. I like blue cheese.
Is it? I don't know. The blue cheese should be yellow.
Yellow. It's coloring.
That's coloring too, actually. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, no, only one day. Right on.
Problem is I love my cheese too much and cheese doesn't love me. So I have to, if it's in the fridge, it'll be calling me to
Mission
eat the whole
accomplished.
block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Moderating cheese is like, no. Your brain sits there and goes, there's still a pound of cheese in the fridge. What are you doing sitting here about it?
I know.
I remember
I
that time
can't
you bought those matzo balls and how you fast you knocked those out.
Oh God, I couldn't stop eating those. What do they call those now? They are called what are those matzo balls that are all squishy on the inside? You break them open and they spread. Dang it, I can't remember now. But they were good, man. That was not even last Christmas. It was a Christmas before, wasn't it? When we splurged on those. Yeah, that was 2 Christmases ago.
When you splurged on those. Not
Yes,
us.
sorry. I splurged and I showed you guys me splurging on those.
He has
We
a
all
habit of sharing the
splurged.
pictures with us.
Yeah. They shared in my guilt. Basically. And hey, it was cheese. And I said, I'm gonna have some dairy for holidays. And I did that. And I fasted through Thanksgiving so that I could go a little bit crazy in Christmas. And I did.
So that makes it all right.
I was trying to
got it.
think. It doesn't make it all right, no, but it was still a poor life decision. I'm trying to remember what those dang balls are called. I cannot remember now. It's going to drive me crazy.
You are right, Lindy, about the sweeteners. They just keep the cravings alive. It's horrible. Yeah, that's why I'd never have that one cookie that everyone says I need to have because, it's got to enjoy your life just a little bit. Have one cookie. Well, that cookie will, spiral. So I can't do it.
For sure. No, I'm the same way.
I haven't had any sweeteners in my coffee for over a year now and do not miss it. Good job.
That's
Good
awesome.
job.
Here's a funny realization that happened today. Because I was on YouTube and all of a sudden one of those mukbang channels come up. And I had to click on it because this guy had more chocolate candy bars sitting in front of him than any person I've ever seen try to eat in one shot. He ate like 30 chocolate candy bars all in one shot, like real full-size ones. I was like, oh, and you kind of got to watch because it's like a train wreck going, are you really going to get all those down? I mean, I don't know how many grams of sugar, but he had like 4 grams of sugar or 4 pounds of sugar. I don't know. It was so much. But it did get me thinking. I was like, man, when was the last time I had a chocolate candy bar? And I got to thinking because that was one thing that I stuck to even on keto days. But it's been like 5 years since I've had a chocolate candy bar. And I just realized that when I was watching that thing, I was like, it's been a long, long time since I had a chocolate candy bar. Yeah, it was kind of funny to watch that. But I was going to say, like, it's been at least 3 years for you, right, Lindy?
Yeah, well, you can eat like unlimited amounts of chocolate. I can easily sit down and eat like buckets of chocolates and wouldn't have an issue. But when it comes to meat, there's only so much you can eat before you get to that full mark and you don't want any more. So it's definitely very difficult to overeat. But chocolate, I've got an unlimited pot for that, even with a lap band.
Wow. That's crazy. It's definitely one of those things. It's so crazy. Hi from Utah. Welcome.
Hi.
All right. Please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Oh, thanks, Aunt B. I sure appreciate it. We are the worst YouTubers on the planet. We never remember that.
I might be an oddball here, but I don't like fatty meat unless it's ground beef. So I just add butter to everything. Nothing wrong with that at all. Enjoy your butter.
Yep, enjoy it. No, and I mean, fatty meat is an acquired taste for sure. For sure.
Todd, on the Friday live stream, there was some talk about taking aminos. How do you know if you need aminos and what brand and where do you get them?
All right. Yeah, there we go. It is the Optimal Aminos. And we had some hubbub about, I think that these are half price. I had somebody tell me that no, that there's half as much in here because you have to take. So what it is that the perfect aminos tell you to take 5 pills. These ones tell you to take 10 pills. But then we went back and looked because I was like, I think though. And so the perfect aminos have you taken half as much by gram too. So the suggested serving size is higher on these, but the grams of amino acids are the same per pill. So basically, what it works out to is 1 gram of amino acids of all 9 of the amino acids or whatever per tablet. And this one wants you to take 10 tablets per serving. The perfect aminos cost twice as much, but they have you only take 5 tablets, but they still are 1 gram of amino acids per tablet. So as far as what's in the container, I think that these are half price. It's just that the suggested serving size is twice as much on these ones. These are perfect aminos, or sorry, these are optimal aminos, which I started taking instead of the perfect ones because they are half price from what I believe. And as far as when you need them, I don't think that you know that you do need them. It's just something that I tried. Like I didn't have anything reaching out to me to tell me that I needed them. It's just that when I started taking them, I noticed that my digestion picked up, my appetite opened up, and I started moving a bunch more fluid. And then we noticed between me, Michael, Lindy, and even Coach Raymond, we were all peeing more. And being that me, Michael, and Lindy hold a bunch of fluids from lymphedema, that was a big thing for us. So, yeah. I hope that answers some questions.
That was crazy because we took them and I didn't think that it was doing anything. Like I didn't feel any different other than I was going to the toilet every couple of hours. And normally I don't go all day and it all hits me at night and I'd be up four or 5 times through the night peeing because I've retained all that water all day. And when I mentioned it to Todd and then Raymond as well, they're like, oh, we've been going to the toilet through the day as well. And that's when the penny dropped that obviously these are working for me. But now rebounding and the vibration plate do exactly the same thing for me as well. So
Yeah.
I don't take them, the aminos, as often anymore.
No, and I did it until I feel that aminos are just like any other supplement. I take them until I feel like I filled in this malnourishment void that I had built, and then I feel like I can just maintain after that.
Yeah.
So we do get aminos from meat, but it's like, what is aminos? Aminos are broken down, red meat or protein, right? And so you got to digest and break it down. So it's kind of like the chicken or the egg thing, right? Which is the case with pretty much all supplements, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, why would you take amino supplements on carnivore? Yeah, and the reason why is because at first, for the same reason that we do the priming protocol and a lot of things, at first your gut might be really screwed up and your metabolic processes for breaking down amino acids and absorbing them might not be very efficient and might need a lot of help because we're eating the standard American diet and screwing it up. And so amino acids are basically a refined process of eating meat. But if your body's not very good at refining it, having a very absorbable amino acid to help as a bridge to heal those things, that's why I don't take these at all anymore. I did for about 6 months. And what happened was my digestion went from, I would eat 2 pounds of steak or something, and it would sit in there for like 7 hours. I started taking these, and I took a lot of them. And after like 8 weeks, I started digesting steak in like 3 hours, and so I could eat more steak. It was processed better. My gut just felt like a steel trap, and then things started healing. My eyesight started healing up. People use this, and you can look up online. It's called amino acid therapy. But long story short, if you have gut microbiome issues or if you have issues breaking down, which I don't know what that looks like. It could look at different for a lot of people. But basically, I feel like Todd was right. Oh, okay, about the dose. Oh, that's right. Alyssa was the one that asked me about the amino size. She was thinking, and it's just, and I totally understand where Alyssa was coming from there because the suggested dose is 10 tablets on the optimal aminos and it's 5 tablets on the perfect aminos. So that's where she was coming from. She was thinking, oh, I think these are the same because you have to take twice as much as these. But that's just a recommendation on here, but you still, even when you are taking twice as much, you're also getting twice as much amino acids. So it is half the price on that. But long story short, if you're having some issues with things, especially in my opinion, with digestion, cramping, I mean, a lot of things, how do you know how long it takes to die? Like, because this is why we do the priming protocol, because you eat on a calendar, right? So it starts with 3 meals plus snacks. Well, you're eating all day long, and try to, like, most of us, this is what's funny. Everybody thinks that people that are overweight eat all the time. Well, we might drink stuff all the time. We might have some sugar all the time, but we don't actually eat meals all the time. We actually undereat. We don't eat all that much. And it's because we're all really used to eating high empty calorie palatable, hyper palatable foods that are just high calorie, but just void of nutrition. And that's what's getting us in trouble. But the reality of it is, when you start eating the meat and the animal products, it's really hard to eat enough of them. So when you start doing the priming protocol and you're eating 3 meals a day till comfortably stuffed and snacks, you know exactly how long it takes you to start digesting your meat, because you go to that second meal and you're like, there's no room in here. I'm stuffed to my gills from the steak I ate 7 hours ago. Like, I can't get a dang thing in here. And that went from taking about 7 hours to process that food, which meant that I felt it still sitting on my stomach. I still felt heavy. I had no appetite whatsoever. It was just still sitting there. All of a sudden, after taking these aminos for about 6-8 weeks, I would put this big steak in there, and then 3.5 hours later, I felt this, light and empty, just like I hadn't eaten, and I was ready to take down another steak, which showed me that those aminos helped my digestion, and also helped breaking down all those proteins and those amino acids, breaking them down, absorbing them, putting them to work. After that happened, then the healing process started happening, and things on my body started healing. My congestive heart failure, my eyesight, all these things. I got off the CPAP machine. All these things started healing, my bones and everything. I started gaining muscle and lean tissue, but I was losing weight and burning fat. And it's just, these things are just like a bridge. These things are just a little bit of support to help you heal. And then when your body and your digestion is healed, then you don't need it anymore, because then your body's fully capable of breaking it down itself and maintaining it. So I'm not saying that you even have to. I think all those things would have happened without taking the amino acids. I just think that it boosted it and happened quicker. And it was just less of a struggle by taking it for a short period of time. That's honestly how I feel about it. And I think
it's temporary, isn't it?
I do. I was going to say, other than, I think, like Alyssa in the chat, she's got a much more serious thing going on as far as autoimmune stuff, and I think about her and my brother John and people like that have this autoimmune stuff that's pain in the butt to heal. And so that healing process, I think she still gets benefit out of them, because they got a lot to heal, So I think if you have a lot of like autoimmune stuff, I think that can be handy too.
Hi all, I'm 62, 5 foot tall, and carnivore 1 year. I'm stuffed if I try to eat more than 1.625 pounds of ribeye and 3 extra large eggs per day. I lost 20 pounds, stored 6 months. Am I eating too little?
62, 5 foot tall, 1 year stuff. I don't need more than one. That's a very exact amount of food. 1.625 pounds. 3 extra large eggs per day. I lost 20 pounds, stalled 6 months. Am I eating too little? You're 5 foot, 62. So I would think you might be. It doesn't sound like it's terrible, but the only reason why I say that is because I hear a lot of people say that the older you get, and especially the women, that you need more. Your protein and actually requirement increases and not decreases. Also, maybe you're eating enough protein, but maybe you're not eating enough fat. I don't know if you're adding any fat to that. And that might be something that's stalling you out too. You might just need to add a little bit more fat to that. So, but I don't know. What do you think, Lindy?
Are you eating one meal a day like before? Or if you're just having one meal a day, your body might have just stopped working. It's just everything stalls, and there could be that. Maybe try splitting that meal into several meals. So have 3 meals instead and add a little bit extra that way. But you need to change things up if you are having one meal a day.
Yeah, and definitely, if you are in the SBG gang, definitely come and say hi to us. And I'd love you to talk to like some of the other ladies in there too that have been going through these stalls they could really help you out too.
Hi, a co-worker mentioned he used a TENS machine and never heard of it before to help with neuropathy. Michael's nodding. Do you know what a TENS machine is?
Is
It's
it the pat?
it sends it's the little patches you put on your body at the muscle points, and it sends electric signals through, and it fires off your muscles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I use it for my back's messed up.
I had one of those, and my neuropathy was so bad in my feet that it wouldn't fire the nerves. I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I had little patches. I didn't realize that's what it was called. Yeah, and it sends electric shocks, and it didn't work for me at all. I had my feet on it, and nothing happened.
Todd, when it doesn't work for you, that's when you disconnect the battery and hook it up to a 240 line.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I did. I'll tell you exactly what I did. Is I had my feet on it, had them hooked up to my feet. It wasn't working. So then I went and soaked my feet in salt water because I'm like, okay, we'll make it more conductive.
Yep.
And went and put it on there, nothing. And I was so certain I had it cranked up to 20, which was the highest setting I had on. I was so certain that it wasn't working. I picked it up, put it on my desk, and I put both my arms on it, and that thing locked me up like a horse fence. I just went, and I'm like, all right, that's working. And what I realized is that my nerves, I had such bad neuropathy in my feet and my legs that they weren't firing.
Well, I knew mine was working because my son-in-law tried it and he got a bit of a shock. I was like, okay, I've got something wrong with me.
That's awesome.
It's great when your muscles lock up in your back or in your leg or something like that. You put it on there and it loosens it all up.
Oh, wow. I need one of those
if it works.
Back right now.
If you've been very immobile, the vibration plate is a great place to start. Add the rebounder thereafter. Yes.
100%.
Absolutely. Lindy, are you allowed to use your vibration plate since your surgery? Did the doctor indicate how long before you can start using rebounder again? I'm not sure on the rebounder. I'm waiting for a call for my next appointment. But the vibration plate, I don't stand on it. I just sit and use my legs on it. So it's not affecting my tummy at all. So there's no problem with that. I don't know about standing on it, but I don't feel comfortable standing on it yet. He's going to take a picture of his food.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely do that. Make me even more hungry, you jerk. That's what he's saying. I think he's trying to make me starve.
The sad diet has you eat only egg whites. It does, yeah. Mm-hmm. They frown upon the egg yolks. And here's me dipping my steak bits in egg yolks, raw egg yolks. I love it.
For sure.
Todd, cheese can only stay in the fridge for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I did all this.
Mine doesn't make it to the fridge.
No, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just so easy to eat. That casomorphing stuff is for real. That stuff lights you up.
I have to say cheese balls sound so much better than wool balls. Yeah, for sure.
Call him whatever gets him down. That's all I say.
I'd rather suffer with a bit of inflammation and eat the cheese balls over wool balls.
What if we compromise and we make cheesy bull balls?
I don't crave cookies, but I will crave Hormel chili and beans.
Hormel, yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't know what that is, but
canned chili.
Sounds Mexican, is it?
Kind of. It's yeah. I mean, I used to when I was a kid. I'd put that on hot dogs.
Okay.
That was the chili dog go-to.
Make a dip out of it too. It's cream cheese.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that, Todd. I watched a chocolate mukbang today.
Well, sometimes they're getting so good at the thumbnails that you go, no way is somebody going to eat that many candy bars and survive. Like, how do you not just go into a diabetic coma on camera? He ate like 30 candy bars, like full-size candy bars in like a 12-minute video. Like, how do you even do that? How do your teeth not fall out of your face eating 30 candy bars?
That's nuts.
Oh, it's crazy.
But I bet you he's got great views.
Not terrible. I mean, they're better than ours for sure, but he's selling drugs. Dang it!
I know, right? That's the thing. These mukbangers, they get very good views. But anyway,
Yeah.
Thoughts on adding a bit of fermented food to your carnivore regime coming up to 6 months?
Not for me. I mean, sort of. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. It just depends on if you have a negative side effect to it, if it makes you have cravings, if it makes you undereat important foods, if you're going to be filling your belly with, like if you did it as like a legitimate light condiment, I don't think it's a big deal. If you are doing it like a side dish or a meal, I think it's a terrible idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Dr. Sean Amara talks about it, and I was really interested, thinking, "Oh, this is great! I can have a little bit," because I love the vinegary stuff as well. But he says he should only have a teaspoon with your meal. I don't have a teaspoon; I have half a jar with my meal because I just love the flavor. So for me, again with cheese, it's something that I could struggle with, so I don't buy it.
For sure.
But if you can just have that teaspoon and be happy with that, then I don't see a reason why you can't enjoy a little bit here and there.
Yeah. I mean, I always just look at it like, even bacon, right? Like, and I'm not dogging bacon. Bacon's delicious, but a lot of times I'm like, I could eat this bacon, but if I eat this bacon, I won't have enough room to eat my meat and my ruminant animal, and I feel better eating the ruminant animal than I do the bacon. So I always end up opting toward the ruminant animal. And the longer that I do this, the more that I don't have any problem eating. I don't care if it's my hamburgers that I make and grind up myself, or if it's the New York or the ribeye. I don't have any problem being hungry from one of those and eating the heck out of it, So it's just, and I don't know, maybe I might be very just lucky for sure. But also at the same time, I think that the cleaner my diet has gotten and the more that I kind of program my taste buds to feel good off of those foods, the more that my body craves those foods and I don't need other things,
I've been carnivore 20 months now. Congratulations. And I reckon that God designed our bodies to put weight on in the presence of carbs while in ketosis. It's part of the harvest to fatten up when cold winter comes. Yes.
Yeah, I believe
There's
it.
that thing in the chat yesterday, seafood. If you see food and
Yeah.
just automatically put weight on just by looking at it.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's 100% true.
Even without ketosis, just in the presence of carbs. Yeah. You just sniff it and you put on weight.
If I hear the wrinkle of a Snickers bar, I'll get a third chin for sure.
No, even the thought of it, and your mouth starts watering, and it's like, hey, I'm putting on calories now just by thinking about it. How are you guys dealing with egg price hike lately? Honestly, I don't look at prices. I need eggs. So
Right.
I just buy them because I don't buy everything else. So I just have to go with the flow. I can't, worry about it. I still need to eat, and I do eat a lot of eggs because that's all. I find it hard to eat the meat. I struggle with my lap band, so eggs is my staple, and I just have to grin and bear it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just been eating meat. I haven't eaten eggs in a while because I'm like, these are getting expensive enough. Might as well just eat ribeye.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing.
I think the problem is being limited to how many eggs we can buy. So
Yeah,
I buy mine
same
through
here.
a farm. Yeah, and I have to watch their website daily to find out when they've got their next box, because I buy them usually every week or every second week, fortnight, we say here. And sometimes I go to the website and it's all sold out. So I just have to buy them whenever they're available. But to go to the supermarket, they limit. If you can get them on the shelves, you can only have one carton, and some are even half a carton. So 6 eggs, so they'll limit you to.
Wow.
So luckily my husband's a bus driver. So if we get stuck, he gets off at every Safeways on the way and just goes and buys a packet of eggs, a carton of eggs whenever he can. So he drives all around Melbourne picking up eggs.
That's awesome.
That's what you got to do. I had sauerkraut a few times a month, and then kefir every day that I'm not fasting. I ferment the kefir with raw milk and allow Costco sauerkraut to ferment at room temperature for 3 to 4 days after purchasing.
Oh,
Cool.
wow. That's awesome.
Is there any benefit to clean exogenous ketones?
Exogenous
Thank you.
ketones. No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe as brain fuel, but no. I think it's expensive. I think it's expensive P and ketone readings. I don't really see the point. There's some people that say it, but as much money as they were selling that crap for, like, take that money, put it in a steak, and get your ketones out of your steak. Like, way better. I don't see the point of having exogenous ketones at all.
They're like MCT oil as well, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah, but exogenous ketones are even weirder. Like, I know that you can get it in there and it can help. I guess it helps your liver, and I guess it goes to your brain quicker, like the MCT oil, so that it's brain fuel. But all these people, what's crazy is people take exogenous ketones and then they're like, I'm finally in ketosis because I peed on these pee strips or I pricked my finger and it says I'm in ketosis now. Well, yeah, because it's reading higher ketones because you're putting ketones in your body and then you're peeing them out. So, but the whole purpose is that you want to know that you're burning fat, and that's why you're looking for ketones. You want to know that you are fat adapted. Well, if you're faking it by putting the byproduct of burning fat into your body so that you can read the byproduct of burning fat, which is ketones, then you're just kind of playing this really kind of dumb game going, look, I'm in ketosis now. Well, not really, because you didn't make the ketones. And also when you're not, when, maybe if your ketones are always low, maybe there's a point to be made that for people that need more ketones and their body can only produce so much because you tend to only be so fat adapt, maybe you could use them as a certain fuel. But also, how do we know that doesn't slow down your body's urgency to become more fat adapt? Like, that's why I like dry fasting, because it helps your body become more fat adapt to go get that metabolic fluid. If you're getting exogenous ketones from a different source, then how do we know that doesn't slow down fat adaptation so that your body doesn't feel that it's as necessary to be that fat adapt too? I don't know.
And we went through a stage of you guys had the blow things where you blow your ketone readings. I had the finger pricker. And comparing it to other people, I could never get into ketosis. I was like, my numbers were so low, and then other people's were like 5 and 6 and really high numbers, and it would freak me out because I'm like, why can't I get high numbers like that? And I even did a 5-day fast and nothing happened. It's like, but I still lost the weight, and I think all it did was stress me out because I wasn't like everybody else. Yeah, my body wasn't doing what everyone else was doing. I couldn't get the high numbers, so then I was stressing out about it. And the same with the CGM, we started tracking our sugar levels, and it's like, why isn't this happening? And that stress, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So now I hardly track anything. Like occasionally I jump on the scale and check it, but then again, I have fluid. And at the moment I've got fluid after my surgery. So I've got fluid in my belly and different places. I know it's not going to reflect my true weight because I've got all this extra fluid in me. So, don't why stress yourself about it. If you're eating right and you're doing the right thing, your body will sort itself out in time. So
for sure,
it's just, don't try not to compare with other people as well. So we're all different.
Yeah, 100%. Are there any other benefits from aminos? What does the raw fat taste like? So, I mean, there's lots of benefits from aminos, right? I mean, that's too big of a spectrum to answer because these are essential aminos, So there's essential amino acids, and then these are essential amino acids. I think there's 9 of them, essential ones. Some people say 8 for some reason, but I think there's actually 9. But whatever, this is all the essential amino acids, meaning that the rest of the amino acids are branch chain amino acids, which means that your body makes them out of this. So with that in mind, there's like 9 different aminos in here. And I don't think that I was deficient in every one of them. But what this does is make sure that you have a complete protein profile and that you're getting everything that you need. And then it just gives your body a lot more building blocks to go to work with and heal what needs to be healed. So I just think that it is like a optimization hack for healing is what I think amino acids are. And I don't see anything wrong with taking them. But as far as being able to tell you exactly what else they do, kind of depends on, I mean, that's a big spectrum of what you're deficient in and what you need healing with. But the big wide net that it casts is that I think it just helps you be more proficient in getting healed and restoring the nutrient deficits that you're in, I think is what really they do. So if that helps. And then what does raw fat taste like? It tastes like kind of waxy cheese. I really like it. I really enjoy it. To me, it gives me the cheese flavor. If you want to, you can put a little bit of salt on it. I tend to take a real thin, cold piece of it and put it right on top of a hot, crunchy piece of the steak, outside crunchy sear part of the steak. And between that salty and the cold and the warm and the kind of creamy of the fat, it's delicious. I quite enjoy the heck out of it, actually.
I think Bella talks about suet, and it's like candle wax, eating candle wax.
Yeah,
but it is an acquired taste. It takes a little bit to get used to, but it's definitely much gentler on the digestion system, especially if you don't have a gallbladder and you don't end up with disaster pants if you have it cold and like that.
Yeah, and I mean, what a great thing to program your taste buds, and then you love it, and then it's it's a healthy cheese-like snack.
Well, medicine's never supposed to taste good, is it? So
right.
We'll have a bit of extra fat. It's only temporary.
Right. Just program it. Yeah, for sure.
Without the teaspoon of sugar, as Mary Poppins would say.
Exactly.
The carnivore cure. Thank you for informing us that egg whites are the only anti-nutrient on carnivore. For many years, mainstream health advice used to eat the egg whites and throw away the yolks. Yeah.
I know. It's like all we have to do is take out, all the information that these pinheads are giving us and then just flip it around. And that's probably what we should be doing. You should do almost the exact opposite of what they say every time. It's pretty amazing. It's like if we take these people and we flip it around, we're going to find probably a better direction to be going because they always put cause and effect in reverse order, which I think is not. I mean, I really do believe that that's a strategic tactic to screw things up. And also, I don't know, flip them upside down and shake it out and see whose money falls out of their pocket because it's always going to be big food and big pharma's money that's coming out of their pockets if you follow the money. It's crazy.
How long do you have to bounce on the rebounder to be effective for the lymphatic system? I don't think you need to bounce very long. I do the 5-minute bounce, which is like a 20-minute walk. So that works for me. But yeah, and I might try and do that a couple of times a day every time I get up just to loosen up my body because I sit in front of this computer for many hours throughout the day. So as many times as I can jump on, I'll pop on some music and I really enjoy that. But to get out on the street and pounding the pavement, that doesn't work for me. I don't enjoy it. It's too much like exercise. But when I've got my music and tunes in front of me, jumping on that is something that I can enjoy. So I don't think you need to do too much.
No, I do. I've worked up to 10 sets of 100 little calf raises, and these are not, you stand there and you just do this. I do 100 of those 10 times, and that'll get your legs burning. By the way, that's actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
It'll get your legs burning, but it's not incredible. And then I give it a break and I do that. 10 times, and that gets everything flowing, and my legs feel good. And I do it because I can just feel that everything got flowing. I'm loosened up everywhere. And that's just kind of what I settled on. But I think if you go out there for 20 seconds, it'll be effective. It'll be more effective than what you're doing now, for sure. If you do it for 20 seconds, even. I think that calf pump is super effective. I really do.
And it does make you feel really good. I don't know, you oxygenated, and just the movement makes you feel really nice. So I like that feeling afterwards. When I've done it, I feel fantastic.
100%, for sure. It's a good way to wake up in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, I do miss it. I can't wait till I get the all clear to jump back on it.
Yeah.
I think we've had this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they make stable liquid aminos. I have trouble swallowing capsules. Yeah, they are quite big. They're like little horse tablets. I actually bite mine in half because sometimes they get lodged in my throat vertically. So, yeah, they're quite big. So bite them in half. They taste crappy, and then just swallow them with warm water. That kind of dissolves them as they go through.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
how I get them down.
You can get it in powder form and turn it into a drink.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
It tastes awful, though.
Rough. Yeah. It's
I remember Todd making the faces.
Whew, it was not good.
Do you have encouraging word? Chicken, eggs targeted, beef targeted. This all really gets to me. You guys lift my spirits. Do you have something to say about handling the crap news?
Oh, yeah. First of all, why are they targeting it? Because it works, right? And so this is what's good. I mean, look, we're in a really good political climate right now, as far as I'm concerned, better than we've been in a while, and we can see that Americans and, well, the world is pushing back at this nonsense. This has been going on a while, and they've been coming after our food supply, and they've been trying to manipulate us, and people are waking up, and so that's good. So what we have to do is get loud, but we are doing that. They are coming after it, but look what's happening already. I mean, you're hearing it right now online, and we're all starting to say it. So it's going to be just like every other failed thing that they tried to do. And ultimately, I see this all coming to a precipice here where, everybody's going to start to have to answer for the bull crap that they've been pushing. And we can see this is kind of happening right now in the world. And I think we can stop them, like if we want to do something, we have to go out and support our local ranchers, and we have to stand up when these stupid people try to come into our towns and into our communities and tell us that we have to put something in our cows to be able to sell it, and we have to put something into our chickens or whatever. We just tell them no. And we have farmers markets, and we support our local farmers and ranchers around the area, and we get our food, even if you're vegan or whatever, get your stuff from there, get your eggs from there, get your milk from there, get your raw local milk, and let's get back to the way it is. We shouldn't have to know we shouldn't have to know what country's politics this meat came from because they might have put poison into it,
Right.
We shouldn't have to know that. We should be able to go, well, I know John from across the way, and he believes the way I believe, and he doesn't want to put that crap in his cows.
Right.
So let's eat there. And I know that we all say, well, that's more expensive. But look, we have to choose to support those people, which is going to cost more at first. And we're going to have to do the things. We're going to have to make sacrifices, and we're going to have to not watch, we're going to have to give up some things that don't matter, and even the conveniences to be able to pay for things that do matter to fix that industry, so that we can kill the industries that have monopolies on our health that's making everybody so sick. So we got to do our part, and we will get there. We will definitely get there. And so I think it's a good thing that they're fighting this hard, because I look at them as death throes. I think the reason why they come after fat and cholesterol and red meat is because they know that this is the fountain of youth. This is how we stay healthy. This is how we break the chains from the drugs, having to use the drugs and all the nonsense and stay healthy, and we don't need them. And so they're trying to push it to lab grown meat so that they can control the meat supply, so they can make us sick with the meat supply. We're not going to let it happen. We have cows. Now, this is why we need to ring the bell on the mRNA vaccines, as far as I'm concerned, with the beef, because the real thing that should keep you up at night, that should keep everybody up at night, is species can go extinct, and you can ruin the seed all the way back to, the last remaining clean seed. And I think that's the game plan, how they've done that to grain. They've done that to other fruits.
Yes,
The fruits and grains that we have today are not the fruits and grains that grew, 500 years ago.
Even 100 years ago.
Even 100 years ago.
A banana is not like the banana that you used to get in the store. This is why I say fruit and vegetables are good for you, but what we've done to them through the years is what's ruined it for us.
Now, I'm going to have to get a little bit preachy here, but this is just something I find really cool that sits well in personally in my soul, is that I think in the Bible, the animal sacrifices seem to always been mostly ruminant animals. And I think that there's something to be said there, because I think that there's a symbolic nature to that in the great design of things, I think ruminant animals are the sacrificial lamb. They are the sacrifice, because I believe that ruminant animals are taking the hit of these mRNA vaccines and the bad grains that they have to eat and the bad food. And they're so perfectly designed for our nutrition that they take all that and they still protect us and filter that all out and still put out really nourishing and healing meat. And so I think that there's some symbolic, significant purpose there, and there's some messaging behind there, and that's what always makes me pretty happy. I don't even know if I think they're still working on it, but I don't even know if because I was talking to a guy, and we're going to have him on here probably in a week, but he was saying that he thinks that some of that got slipped in just last year because they were vaccinating some of their cows and they dropped dead out of the chute when they were vaccinating.
So sad.
Yeah, and he said that never happened before, and he thinks they were messing around with some stuff, but also a lot of them didn't die, and so I think that they don't even know for sure what it would actually do to them, but I think that they might be, they might ruin it, and maybe I think that's their intent, is to try to ruin the very seed of all ruminant animals, and I think they're trying to ruin the very seed of every plant life and every animal, so that they actually genetically modify it to have ownership of it and be able to control it.
Yep.
And they think that they have that that kind of power. But anyways, I don't think they're going to get it done. And I think at a grassroots level, we have to just stop buying meat from big places. We have to get from our local ranchers, and I'm doing that more myself. I'm just like, if we're gonna genetically modify stuff, can we make a cow that only makes ribeyes? We need one giant ribeye walking around cow. But I don't know. We gotta start supporting our local ranchers and make sure that we get our, we support them so that they can. We support them if they support our cause of not taking a knee to the powers that be, whether it be, behind the table or whatever we got to do. We have to make that happen. So,
right. The alternative is to go back to the sad diet, which you don't want to do because it's going to cause a lot more problems. So, yeah.
No, this is the hill we got to die on.
Yeah. I was at the Oster meetup too. It was wonderful. Great.
That's awesome. Austin Mutual is great. Lisa Carey has so much energy. They do. They're a ball of energy. That's awesome. I am 6'4", 225 pounds. I struggled to get 2 pounds of meat. Yeah, your metabolism's down, my friend, and you need to like I eat 2.5 pound steaks in like minutes. I devoured one in about 9 minutes just before I started on our live streams today. So no, you can open up your appetite when you heal your digestion and your metabolism. Your appetite will open up for sure, man. For sure.
I'm in physical therapy. They put TENS patches on my neck before exercises to improve muscles. I have 3 compressed discs. Oh, very good.
That's interesting. I've never seen that, but that's awesome.
I bought this little contraption. Where is it? In Austin, Texas last year. It's a little vibration thing. You just turn it on and you can, batteries are flat. I need to plug it in. And you can just massage all your sore bits. It's really cool. And I got it from the back of my neck. And yeah, they're awesome. I don't know, rapid release traveler. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, there it goes. Can you hear it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It feels so good. Yeah, my daughter bought it for me and she comes and borrows it all the time. Now I won't turn off. There you go.
That's awesome.
If you're not on any meds and normal blood glucose, do you need to monitor blood glucose?
No. I don't think so. No. I think Dr. Phil says that it's going to drive you a little bit crazy, actually. I would not.
Yeah, no, I personally don't either. We did try because everyone went through a phase of doing it, and then you just end up comparing yourself to everybody else and feeling like a failure. So don't put yourself through that stress. Obviously, if you need to, do your blood tests, go to the doctor, get your HbA1c. That's more important than what your daily glucose is. That 3-month HbA1c.
Yeah.
But if you're new to carnivore, I think is it like 3 or 6 months before you actually have a test because your levels are all over the place. Yeah, until you start to heal.
For sure.
I strongly suspect Jules has never had pool balls.
I think so too, John.
You'll find Jules and me in the corner with our cheese balls. We'll be in the naughty corner.
That's funny. Vibration plate is a platform that you can stand on that vibrates really hard, and it shakes you around, and it puts high frequency vibration through your body, and so that you can it helps move muscles, blood flow, helps with circulation, and lymphatic system just helps loosen things up, but it's for your whole body. They're fantastic. The Life Pro ones are the ones that we have.
Yeah.
And mine's an Everfit, or I think it is, because we don't get Life Pro in Australia. I think it costs more to deliver it than it does to actually buy the unit.
That's awesome.
There was a local coach who would eat 30,000 Peeps candy bunnies every Easter. I couldn't stand even one. Yes, Easter's coming up.
30,000.
Wow.
Nuts.
I'm going to guess 30,000 calories worth. If he eats 30,000 Peeps, I cannot imagine the constipation that guy would have of that much marshmallow. Good.
So is that like the Energizer Bunny? Do you have the Energizer Bunny in the
We
US?
have the Energizer Bunny, but our Peeps are these little yellow and blue and red. They're a marshmallow that is literally dipped in color-dyed sugar crystals. And they are terrible. They're so gross. And
so what was the purpose of eating 30,000 of those, or 30,000 calories?
Probably just for views.
Yeah, for views. And I mean, I'm guessing there's no way he ate 30,000. You can't eat 30,000 Peeps. But you could probably eat 30,000 calories of Peeps. And why? Who knows? I mean, good Lord. Your organs just must not like you. Dr. Sean O'Mara recommends eating some fermented foods with your beef, just a little bit on each bite. Well, yeah, even a way tiny bit. Those are Peeps.
Yeah.
Those are little marshmallow things, and that color on the outside is sugar, like sugar crystals.
No, they look awful.
Yeah, they are awful, for sure. Yeah, Sean O'Mara even recommends He's like, if you want to start it, he said, take just a little bit out and dip like one of your pieces of sauerkraut in a glass of water. Take the sauerkraut out and drink the water, and just that little bit of ferment in the water from the one piece of sauerkraut or whatever, he says, is enough. Like, it's kind of crazy what he's talking about for building that gut microbiome, but it's pretty crazy. He talks about a very, very tiny bit of ferments for sure.
When you say you prime for 6 months, does that mean with no breaks, too fast, etc.?
Correct. And not only does it mean with no breaks, it means my body went from doing 9 months of OMAD to I couldn't even do a single OMAD because my metabolism was so high at that point. My appetite opened up. And like, everybody thinks that it's normal when they say, oh, I don't know why I can't lose weight, but I don't eat breakfast and I can go days without eating and it doesn't bother me and all this stuff. That's not a good thing. That's because your metabolism is really low. In reality, you should be getting hungry, with a purpose, and your body should be looking for nutrients, and especially if it's trying to heal. And so when your metabolism's low and you're used to not eating and not getting hungry and all those things and not having to eat a bunch and filling up quickly and all of those things, a lot of times it's, if you have insulin resistance and you have things to heal or weight to lose, it's almost certainly especially if you have belly fat, it's almost certainly you're going to have a real low metabolism problem, especially if you find it really easy to not eat or to skip meals or to not eat in the morning or those things. And so when you start doing the priming, it heals your metabolism. And then the reason why I went for 6 months was because not because I didn't fast. I couldn't fast. I would try to fast. That's how the calendars are set up, to test you all along the way, every few weeks, every month, to see if you're ready to fast. And I failed every time. I went from having no problem fasting to failing for 6 months because my body's metabolism opened up and it wanted to heal. Then it goes to, after that, it kind of relaxed and I was able to do fasting. And then after that, I did 12 7-day fasts last summer after that with no problem. Nourish fasting is incredible. All right.
Hi, Lynette. Glad that Todd said he programs your taste buds. I do that. Would be great if people knew they can do that. I had to do that with cold butter. Now I love it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing. And that's why, if you hear people saying you got to eat X, Y, or Z, or it's a good idea to try X, Y, or Z, and you think, well, I don't even like that stuff, that really is inconsequential, because if you do it for a little while, take it like it's your medicine, and your body finds it beneficial and finds that there's a nutrient in it that it's been missing or that it needs, you will like it. Your body will absolutely start to crave it.
So you're trying to say I need to try bull balls.
Exactly. Subliminal messaging.
They're good for you. I don't know why
Exactly.
they'd be good for me, but
although that might be a bad thing to get a taste for. It's like, anybody got any bull balls around?
I'm already a freak in the family, so that's all I need is just to tell the family I'm looking for some bull balls. Where can I find them?
Call up your butcher.
Oh, gee.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, just wondering, do they ever take lap band off or make adjustments? I thought that was advantage over gastric bypass. They can make adjustments. Mine was actually loosened 15 years ago, and I never went back in to have it tightened, but the restriction is still there. Yeah, but they can take it out, but because I've had it in for 27 years, there could be a lot of scar tissue on there, and I should really go in and get it checked to see whether it is a possibility to take it out, but I am scared to have it taken out. There's a lot of mind games associated with that. So I don't know. I think it's just better the devil I know. I'm used to it now, and I probably will just keep going as I'm going.
For sure. That's awesome.
Is there a site in the Southern Hemisphere that gives data for blood works? I can never understand the Northern Hemisphere data. That's like, the time zones and everything. It does my head in. I deal with it every day, dealing with all these
Yeah,
lovely American carnivores.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into that and see.
We'll check it out and see if we have an answer for you. But yeah, I'm not sure of one.
ChatGPT. Yeah. Do you have a favorite cut of meat for making jerky? Do you just use salt and dehydrate? What I've got here is lamb. We just bought a lamb roast. I've put it in the smoker to give it that smoky flavor, and then I shaved it really thinly and made like lamb jerky, and it's pretty cool. And then my husband doesn't like lamb, so I cut all the little fatty bits off and made like fatty bits as well. And I have that cold. So yeah, it's my jerky there.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty yummy. Very chewy, but I could just graze on that all day. And I don't have that really full feeling, and it's like a bit of a snacky thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're working, you just want a snack.
Something. Yeah.
It's just, I guess, that habit. But
Yep.
jerky, I can eat that, and I can't overeat it because I fill up very quickly. So I don't feel bad if I have that.
Yeah. I have round as a really good cut for jerky as well. So that's awesome.
But even like little steak bits, if we have steak and we don't finish it, I don't really like cold steak leftovers. So I jerky it and then throw it in the tub. And that's quite good as well. So any leftover meats.
That's awesome.
I eat medium beef all the time. So I drain off the excess fat. And then when I buy lean meat, which seems to be on sale a lot, I use up all the excess fat, makes it efficient.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
awesome. That's a
You can
great
also
idea.
ask your butcher for extra fat. Mine just bags it up because they throw it out. They'll stick it all in a bag and send it to me. Then I just clean it up, put it in bags in the freezer. That's always nice.
That's awesome. Why is that not? There we go. Something's happening with my. There we
Yeah,
go.
this
I'm not
She's not-
touching buttons.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing.
No, the StreamYard wasn't working there for a minute.
Hi, Beth. Follow up regarding exogenous ketones. I'm not measuring ketones. I have a long road trip to make and tend to get very sleepy when driving. Also want to stay on track with carnivore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might help him. That might help as a little bit of an energy boost. That would be about the only thing I could see him doing. But yeah, give him a try. But I mean, man, the ones that I don't know. This was way back on when I was doing keto. I bought some, and they're like $150 a box, and so they're like $8 a serving or something stupid. I don't know if they're still like that, but it was one of those electrolyte ketone pack all-in-one things,
I guess it's like the aminos. I mean, give it a try and see if it does anything that makes you feel better. It's all about feeling, not about the numbers. It makes you feel good,
For sure.
I guess. But yeah, you don't want to be on them permanently. Do you guys think people that are about 10 to 15 pounds from ideal weight should or need to fast?
Well, what is ideal weight, and how do you know it's your ideal weight? This is a question that I throw around all the time, because it's like, how do we know? How the heck does anybody know what Todd Bachnis in Montana's ideal weight is? And how does anybody know what Lindy's ideal weight is, or Michael's ideal weight is? There's a relative, whatever generic chart out there that has an ideal weight of what they feel that people should be on the standard American diet if they're skinny enough to eliminate enough health, whatever risks, or who knows. And it's like, why does that mean anything to us? Like, if that is an ideal body weight of people that were living off of, I mean, let's be honest, to get down to those numbers, they would have been living off of cucumbers and rice cakes or some stupid thing. Like, what are they built out of? Is their ideal weight going to be the same for somebody that's been living off of red meat and eggs? I don't think so. I highly doubt it. I think that our ideal body weight is going to be whatever our hormones and our body and our hunger cues tell us what our ideal body weight is. And I don't think, I think that once we get to hear and understand our hormones and our body's signals, I think that there's times that your body wants to fast, and I think you should fast when it wants that, not to get down to an ideal body weight, but to heal your gut digestion and to give your digestive system and your lymphatic system and everything a little bit of a break. I think that's what fasting is about. Is it's about healing and healing and letting your gut heal and your lymphatic system clean out and just giving everything a break to heal. But as far as doing it for the last 15 pounds, I mean, yeah, you can get, if you feel like you really need to get 15 pounds off or there's an extra 15 pounds there, then yeah, you could use fasting for that. But I don't understand why you think that for sure that what your ideal body weight is, I guess. Because when I hear stuff like that, I think it's just coming from a chart. And I think those charts are stupid as could be, to be honest with
For
you.
us, it is because we've got all that loose skin. So do we subtract the excess skin to get to like how do you even do that? So for us, it doesn't even work. Yeah. 30,000 peeps can be eaten during the 24-hour Easter day at a rate of half a peep per second.
Right, but I mean,
unless you had 2 at a time, you wouldn't even have time to swallow.
Well, yeah, but I mean, could you fit in 30,000 people? Like, what do you you couldn't fit in 30,000 peeps without getting sick and puking or having to go to the bathroom. And then even if you're doing one every, I mean, I'm not saying maybe somebody's done it. I'm just reasoning it out. Can that be done? You're going to have to look it up, Michael, because I don't know. 30,000 peeps. How do you just not die if you eat 30,000 peeps? How much sugar is in 30,000 peeps? Now I got to ask.
There's a video up on YouTube of a guy that eats 255 in 5 minutes. That's the world's record.
Okay, so it can't be 30,000 peeps. Nobody's eating 30,000 peeps. Okay, 255.
Apparently, you have to apply to Guinness Book of Records. Otherwise, nothing's recorded.
Yeah.
This guy, I think what they're talking about is there's a guy that eats Halloween candy. He eats 30,000 calories of Halloween candy in 24 hours.
That makes sense.
That was his challenge.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've seen people do that. I've seen people eat 30,000 calories before. Yeah, 30,000 peeps. One peep every 2 seconds for an entire 24-hour period without just dropping dead. I'm pretty certain that would have to kill you, right?
You would think the 30,000 calories would too, but
yeah,
in a 24-hour period. But
well, it's not. I don't know. These guys, these big eaters. There's several of them.
I never understood it. You got people that are starving in the world, and you got people that are sticking as much food as they can in their body in 5 minutes. But
well, it's crazy. It's really weird. Yeah. Very strange stuff. Some research indicates that exogenous ketones may improve endurance performance by providing an alternative fuel source for muscles. Right. And I've heard that too, but I mean, I can't imagine that having exogenous ketones from an outside source is going to promote your body's efficiency to make its own, right? I feel like there'd be a better way. So I could see that would have an effect, but I just feel like it's just like you don't take exogenous testosterone unless it's a last resort, because then your body has a hard time making it itself, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard, is that if you take like testosterone for a long period of time, your body's not going to make it, and it's going to, I don't think that it completely loses the ability to, but I think it becomes less efficient at doing it or whatever. Like it doesn't put out as much testosterone or whatever. So it's kind of interesting, but I don't know. Maybe there is a point.
If I were to go to the butcher to ask for the spare fat, what do I ask for? Just some fat trimmings. Yeah. Do you have extra fat trimmings? Normally, yeah, my butcher will give them to me. They just come in slabs, and then I chop them up into little 50-cent pieces and stick them in freezer bags in the freezer.
That's awesome.
Not much ketone production here. After a 3-day sardine fast, I got them to 0.9. More healing needed in time. This will change. Yeah, I'm the same. I just don't get the high numbers. 0.9 is would be high for me as well. They're just non-existent. But it's just another stressor that I don't need in my life. So I'm losing weight. I've obviously lost 500 pounds with having very low ketones. So I think someone mentioned in the chat, maybe you're burning them up, and that's why you're not seeing them.
Yeah,
I have
for
no
sure.
idea.
Yeah, you can definitely do that if you have a high, like if you're working out or whatever and you're burning the ketones out of your blood, it's not going to show up on the ketone strips as much, or your blood. So you can be utilizing them too and not seeing them because you're measuring like the leftovers, and when you're peeing them out, or you're also measuring, them in your blood, the availability in your blood or whatever when you're taking your blood.
Todd, do you only eat raw fat from beef? I would be wary of eating raw pork fat.
I've never eaten raw pork fat. I do only eat it from beef, but that's mainly because I'm really only eating beef right now because I've just been going in the last 2.5 months. I've just been on a beef kick. So I bought last week I bought a prime rib primal, and this morning I just chopped up a New York strip primal, and a couple of days I'll get another prime rib primal. I'm just going back and forth on those right now.
Yeah, I don't feel very good on pork, so I stay away from it myself.
For sure.
Hi, Sharon. I started rebounding the same day as carnivore in February of last year. I've never missed one day because I love it. I use Earth and Owl on YouTube for wonderful workouts. I do 30 minutes per day. Yay.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well
really
done.
good.
Great work. Man, it is a game changer for sure.
Todd, how often do you drink green tea and how strong do you make it?
I just stopped drinking green tea yesterday, in fact, because I finally feel that I'm done with the oxalate dump. But I was drinking 1 glass a day, and I wasn't making it myself because I didn't want to keep it in the house. I was going to City Brew Coffee, and they were just making a 24-ounce iced green tea, and that was all that was in it. And I don't know how strong it was, to be honest with you. It was normal green tea strength. I don't know. I was just getting one a day from them. So I really don't know how. I'm not a big tea aficionado, so I don't know the different strengths of it. But it seemed strong. It was pretty thick, I think.
Can't wait for their day of reckoning. I support a local farm. I get farm fresh eggs for $5.99 a carton.
That's awesome. That's incredible. Yeah, keep doing that. That's how we win this war.
It's a good price too for $5.99.
Yeah, 100%. Local ranch steak is still cheaper than fast food. 100% it is. Especially because there's not, at the end of the day, if we were to value food by like its macronutrient value rather than just like a meal or volume or weight, but like actual nutrients and protein and fat, and we were to price things out that way, local meat, beef and, pork and, just, ruminant animals, that's going to, beat out all this fast food crap. And yeah, you might get more volume of food, but also you don't get satiated. You eat way more, you're always hungry. Your life revolves around food. Yeah. It's so much better. It's so much better to eat the healthy steak. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Make a better steak than any restaurant I've been to. Yeah, 100%. And that's what happens. That's why I've literally been to a restaurant like 5 times in the last 2 years or something, because it's such a letdown now.
And you're paying 3 times the cost.
Yeah, for crap. And you're like, makes you angry.
Yeah.
Real bananas are much smaller than those sold in the grocery stores, not very sweet and have tons of seeds.
Yep.
100%. Yep.
I have 6 chickens, just 3 to 4 eggs a week from one hen, but organic feed is not cheap, and right now they are not free range since I just put in new grass and it needs to be established.
Yeah, it takes time for sure. It's
You
crazy.
still got your chickens, Todd?
Yeah, my sister, I think about 14 of them are still trucking away. So yeah, but yeah, it takes a lot of feed. It's ridiculous, you know.
When I'm recovered from histamine issue, I buy half a cow from a local rancher. Cool.
Nice. That's awesome. That's how we do it for sure.
Here, I got a video that I saw that I thought people might want to see. So
Yeah.
first, it's a video of how much meat you get from half of a cow.
Yeah.
Table, we got our beef back ribs. Those are going to be coming off the ribeye, an excellent piece. We've got our beef dino ribs right there. We've got our chuck eye steaks. We've got our Denver steaks here with some beautiful marbling. We've got our chuck roasts. We've got the inside and the outside skirt steak, a beautiful whole packer brisket. We've got some ranchera meat here. We've got some fajita meat out of the top round. We've got the eye round, 4 rump roasts out of the bottom. We've got some beautiful filet mignon right there. We've got the flank steak. We've got our sirloin steaks. We've got our New York strips. We've got all of our beautiful ribeyes right there on the table. We've got some flat irons. We got the tri-tip. We got the picanha in the back. We've got some sirloin petite steaks that we can leave into sirloin tip roasts. We've got our arm roast there. And then beautiful little stack of short ribs right there on the table. Over here, we've got our beautiful kidney fat. We can grind this down. You guys can render it, make some beautiful cooking tallow. We've got our marrow bones here. We can chop them up for your dogs or for some soup stock. We've got our beautiful ground beef. It's going to be approximately around 100 pounds. And that is everything that you're going to be getting in half a beef.
That is what I call a February.
That's a lot of meat. That's pretty cool, isn't it? To see it, all your bits of meat cut up that way, and that's half a cow.
For sure.
That's
And I
amazing.
mean, and honestly, it's awesome. And I got to not be so spoiled. But the reality of it is I eat through all those New Yorks, and then I eat through all those ribeyes too. And I have that back strap on the fillets. And then there's all this other meat there, and I'm like, I want more ribeye. I got a freezer full of all those cuts. I do end up making the briskets and those things, but then the eye round sit in there. But then I end up making them into hamburger, you know. So, but yeah, no, it is a fantastic deal, and it's way cheaper for sure. All right.
You can't put a price on good health. Honestly, it is so worth it for sure. Yeah.
100%.
Yep. I'm laying hens and buy meat locally now. Very thankful I have this option.
That's huge.
Awesome.
It's where we all got to get to for sure.
Thank you, Todd. I feel better. I'm willing to pay more to save on industry. Yeah.
We all do that, and it'll put out, the big food, big pharma. We just have to watch out for the tricks, right? Because they are crafty. They love to come swinging a back around, when if they can't stop an industry or stop a movement like keto, then they infiltrate it with keto snacks. They're like, oh no, we're gonna we're gonna make these Atkins nut cluster, pecan cluster, chocolate coated, whatever. But look, it's all fiber, right? It's this is gonna be great.
And negative sugars, how they come up with all their math and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all stupid, and so they try to infiltrate it, and so we got to make sure that they don't do any of that nonsense. But for sure.
Yeah, definitely lean into community when you're feeling down. There's always someone here to sort of pep you up, and we're all going through it, but we just got to work through it together. On sad diet, I could eat a lot. Now force myself to eat meat, steak, or hamburger in the afternoon, 2 or 3 eggs or canned sardines in the evening. Fasting 1 day a week does increase appetite, next day a bit. Awesome.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, but if it's working for you, if it's not, you start feeling brain fog, low energy, so cravings coming back for that stuff, then you need to probably eat more for sure. Can you use a vibration plate while sitting? What do you think, Lindy?
I use it every day. Like one doesn't stop. I just stop now because I'm in a live stream and you don't need to hear it going. But I have it under my desk while I'm working, and I put my remote control and I click the on button and off I go. and I just vibrates my feet while I'm sitting, keeps my circulation going. Yeah, I need it. Otherwise, I can't get up sitting here for so long.
Yeah.
So it's great if you've got a desk job to have one under the desk. And then I've got one in the bedroom, which I can't at the moment, but I can stand on. And I used to do that before bed. It helped me just to relax and go to sleep. So they're really good. Thanks for the response. My 3-month blood works have been consistently the same for over 10 years. Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's not any coach I would trust. Tummy, 30,000 peeps.
Exactly.
It's so sad to hear about these people that overeat large amounts of junk food online. I watched my first mukbang last weekend. Todd mentioned we've got Obese to Beast, John, coming on our show probably next week. And I watched his latest video, which was about a mukbang. And that was interesting. I wasn't turned on by it at all. I don't know why they do so well. And it is very sad to see these people eating that way. Yeah.
For sure.
I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's a rough one. How much are y'all paying for ribeye, per pound for ribeye? Right now, I think right around $16 a pound is what I'm paying. It's but there's no sales going on. If I got them down to, I think it was $7.99 a pound over Christmas. I bought a bunch of them. I bought like 100 pounds of them or more. No, I bought 200. I bought 200 pounds over Christmas. Out because I'm a pig. Yeah, right now I think it's kind of expensive, and I was paying, I want to say $14.99 or $15.99 a pound right now. How about you, Michael?
I just checked my local store. They got them on sale, phone in for $6.99 a pound.
Wow. How about you, Lindy?
I don't buy ribeye often, so I have no idea. I'd have to look at my butcher as well online. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nice.
Cutting it myself at Costco is $13.99 per pound. Saw it on Gordon grocery store for $10.29 per pound. I don't know if too good to be true.
Yeah, Greg, I buy mine at Costco too. I think we're in just different areas. Let me look at Costco real quick while I'm doing this. Make sure I'm not talking crap, but I'm pretty sure it was $14 or $15.99 a pound last I checked. But at any rate, Greg, if you buy, because you buy the primal cuts, that's why you're cutting yourself. And if you're doing that, if you buy 5 primal cuts, Greg, that's a whole case in the back, and they will give you 15% off. Go up to the butcher at the Costco window, say you want to buy a case of the primal cuts, and if you can get 5 of them, you get another. Basically, it saves you like another $2 a pound if you do that. Rib roast. Yeah, this is the other problem is that my Costco, this is why I ended up with a New York strip loin roast today. It's because Costco doesn't have the primal cut right now for some reason. That's the other problem. They've been out of it for a few days. But yeah, 16 pound, $16.39 a pound. So yeah, basically $16.39 a pound is what I'm paying for it at Costco in Bozeman right now. All right. Easter candy is already out. Comes out the day after Valentine's Day. Peeps, never a problem. Cadbury mini eggs and caramel eggs, major problem. Jules, I feel you there. That's funny. Yeah, I know those stupid Cadbury eggs and those caramel eggs, and mine were the peanut butter eggs. Those Reese's peanut butter eggs. Those would get me every time because there's just something about the extra peanut butter to chocolate ratio that was good in those.
I've never been a fan of peanut butter, so yeah, they don't do anything for me.
There's Lindy's butcher.
Oh, nice. $30. So yeah, they're about $20 a pound US. That's crazy. Those are good looking steaks though. I take
They
those.
are. They're lovely, but I don't eat them very often. Just when Bella comes to visit.
Those are tasty. I got New
Yeah,
York
I've got
strip
New
steaks
York.
for $1.99 a pound. Frozen, but okay, frozen. Hey, to me, that's when I back up the truck and I say, I will take all of your New York strip steaks. That's incredible. What a good price. Man.
$1.99. That's cheap.
Yeah. I mean, Cosette's stew meat that I feed her costs $2.49 a pound.
Okay, I didn't think I liked beef before starting this diet. Realized I just don't like all the seasonings that most people put on the meat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
when you start cooking it yourself and you realize other people can't cook a decent steak, for sure.
That's a fact. Hey, there's B-Dog.
Hi, B-Dog. I work a lot of Sundays for a few weeks. Hope you're all well. I'm rewinding.
That's awesome. We're doing great. It's good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Has anyone attempted to make biltong? How's that different to jerky? I don't know.
I have not tried it.
What's the difference between biltong and jerky?
I don't know. I'm not even sure. I recognize the name, but I'm not even sure what it is. Mhm.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know what the difference is between a jerky and a biltong.
South African biltong. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. No, I've never tried to make it. I don't know. You'd have to clue us in. I'm not sure what the difference is.
I know it's expensive to buy, as is most jerkies and things.
Huh. I don't know. Let us know in the chat if you guys have ever made it and what it is. Ribeye locally is like $18.99 a pound here. I found it as low as like $12.99 a pound. Yep. Kind of in the same boat, man.
I look like a skeleton at the ideal weight based on government BMI standards.
Oh.
Yeah. Totally stupid. Totally ridiculous.
I hear so many times that body weight is nothing when you're carnivore. It's like body fat and how you feel, not weight.
100%. I would agree with that.
Yep.
Are you still using iodine, Todd? And if so, how much daily?
Using 10 drops of the 5%. Yep. And I definitely am going to have it right here next to me at all times. Yep. 10 drops of the 5% Lugol's.
My experience is that when my blood sugar is a little higher, my ketones are lower. It is not something that is steady for 24 hours. It changes like your blood sugars change, not worth chasing.
Totally. I
Yeah.
agree with that 100%.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing okay. Just
Lisa's
dealing
saying,
with swelling in my legs.
yeah.
Get blue heirloom pasteurized eggs for $6.99. Is that a kind of chicken? A blue heirloom?
Yeah, it is. Those are pretty tasty. For
The
sure.
chicken or the egg?
The egg, for sure. The blue heirloom eggs are they have a really thick shell. And they come out kind of blue, actually. They come out with a tint of blue in them. So you know when you got a
Okay.
blue heirloom, but then you go to crack them and you're like, is this chicken part ostrich? This thing is hard to heck to crack.
Oh, wow. You guys are great. Thanks for always sharing so much information. Oh,
See you,
the
Barbie.
boys are awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Is this the lion diet?
Well, I am particularly on lion diet right now, accidentally, but this is carnivore. But yeah, basically carnivore and lion diet for sure.
Yeah, I do have a few weeks. Otherwise, pretty much just carnivore. I would be worried that there would be cuts that I wouldn't want to eat.
If you got a half a cow, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you just got to come up with a game plan for them, right? So, like, there's going to be some tough meat in there, so you're going to want to get into slow cooking. You're going to want to get into sous vide. You might even want to get into meat canning, but definitely you'll want to get into grinding. And then it opens up a whole new window if you can grind those up in combinations to make some really good burger meat, or come up with some, use the tougher pieces in the winter when you're going to make some slow cook crock pot recipes and those things.
Mhm.
I just happen to be pressed for time, and I just know me. I'm going to put a big fat thick steak in the air fryer, and I'm going to be done. I'm just going to get it in and out of the way, and they're delicious. And that's what I eat most. That's what I'm most consistently doing.
Ribeye is my fave. Mine too.
For sure.
Hi from South Africa. What are your thoughts on milk kefir? Kefir.
It tastes delicious. I can tell you that. I had it at Bella's Rockefeller, and it tastes like you're drinking a slightly runnier sour cream. And I'm like, sour cream is my favorite dairy. So now we have an excuse to mainline sour cream, basically. It's delicious. Oh my gosh.
I've never actually had it, but I might try and source some when Bella's here and see if we can go and try some.
It's really tasty. I really enjoyed it.
In my areas, ribeye, $16.99 a pound. I did find ribeyes at Whole Foods, 50% off, bought all they had.
That's awesome. Great work.
It's good.
For many rendered fat shoots right through. Yeah, the solution is to let it harden in the fridge before eating. Yeah, disaster pants for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you see the video where someone bought a lot of Girl Scout cookies and then threw them in the garbage? Also told them that they were really bad for people. Those poor Girl Scouts.
That's funny. Yeah, they're little drug pushers. They're little street crack pushers.
Here in Perth, I pay about $45 per kilo Australian for beef Scotch fillet, which is boneless ribeye. Not cheap, but if I'm only eating a couple of things, then I will pay to have the most delicious things.
Oh, you're gonna make me do math. So that's roughly $20 Aussie per pound, which is roughly $14 American per pound. I think I just did that without a calculator. Did I do it right, Michael?
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry, Todd.
Oh crap! I think it's
You were right. I'm just gonna say that you're right.
Let me check the math. I think it's about $14 per pound. Oh. All right, so 45, so per kilo.
Yeah, my Scotch fillet's $15 a kilo.
So that's 45 divided by 2.2, I think.
Yeah.
And that's 2045 divided by or times 0.66. Yeah, 13.50 a pound. It's really close. It's within 50 cents. I'll take that. I'm starting to become
Not good enough for Price is Right.
not good enough price, right? But I'll take it. I'm starting to become honorary Aussie conversion calculator. Biltong is air dried. Hey Danielle, that's awesome.
Hi, Danielle.
I'll have to try that then. Biltong is air dried. That's interesting.
It's marinating different seasonings before dried like jerky. Okay, so it's got more flavor.
I gotcha.
That could be deadly for someone like me.
Air dried while jerky is cooked and dehydrated. Okay. I gotcha. That's interesting.
There's a guy on Rumble called King of Biltong. He has videos about biltong. He actually sponsors some of my buddies here on Rumble.
That's awesome. Well, if I don't get this rib roast that I've had air drying in the refrigerator for about 90 days now, and that might be its fate. It might become biltong because there might be 22 pounds of ribeye that's overaged in there.
Biltong is made with a higher moisture content than jerky. and is first soaked in vinegar for sanitation, then seasoned with toasted coriander, salt, and black pepper. I've not made it yet, but I want to.
Oh,
You'd
wow.
have to admit the black pepper, though, wouldn't you?
I would, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I wanted to be a inflamed, swollen, whiny person.
Can you explain why rendered fats is less desirable than fat surrounding a piece of meat? Disaster pants.
Yeah, it just goes out, goes in one way, out the other, like, lightning through a goose. Like it's a real problem. Rendered fat, hot rendered fat just goes through you, and where raw fat is more what we're supposed to eat. And if you let it cool down, it's closer to raw. For sure.
It's less harsh on your digestion.
Yeah.
And then Lindy sent me this to show you her
Scotch fillets. That's what I eat.
Ooh, those look tasty. I've never had one of those.
Hmm.
You guys are making me so hungry. I was hungry before I got on this live stream.
I should send you some text messages with steaks from your past.
You should. My past will haunt me.
So there a movie like Girlfriends from your past? We need a movie Steaks from your past.
Oh no, I don't have any. I don't have any steaks that are mistakes from my past. I'm still fully happy with all the steak choices.
Each and every one, right?
Yeah.
They'll hit you on a 7-day fast. They'd haunt you.
That's true.
Remind you of what you're missing out on.
I get slabs of Scotch fillet. Last was 3 kilograms and $40 a kilogram. But remember that this included tax in the U.S. You have to pay tax at checkout. It was $30 a kilogram for porterhouse for New York strips. So much math, and I'm not going to do it all. I'm in Montana, so I don't pay sales tax. I don't have to do that, but that's awesome. Very interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Biltong is marinated in vinegar and different spices and hung up to air dry. Jerky marinated in sugary, sometimes sauces, and then dried in an oven. Mine's clean. I've only got salt on mine and smoke.
That's awesome. All right.
Jerky is good for those tougher parts of the cow.
Of that cow, 100%. Jerky, meat sticks, sausage, ground beef, play around with some things, make some concoctions, some things you want to slow cook for sure. Details on the 4th of July barbecue in Montana. So it is a big event because we are paying to have a big barbecue and big, paying the doctors and everybody their ways to come out for Chafee and Baker and Kilts and all those folk. So and Healing Humanity and SBG and everybody's coming out. So it's pretty awesome. It's going to be a big meetup, but it is going to be on the 4th and 5th of July. We are selling tickets. There's going to be 3 different levels of events. There's only one level on the 4th of July because that's just a meet and greet barbecue, just hang out with everybody all together, be about 300 people. And then on the 5th of July, there's going to be a speaking engagement that's 6 hours for all the doctors to do a live Q&A and speak. And then on that night, there's going to be a limited VIP dinner that is going to be so that capped at 50 people, so that there can be, so that everybody has chances to talk to the doctors, and that'll be a 4-hour dinner, VIP dinner that's going to be kind of a higher grade dinner with kind of a captive audience with all the doctors and Healing Humanity team.
Chance of eating bull balls.
Yeah, and a better chance at the bull balls. That's where the bull balls are going to be at for sure. So, but so VIP dinner, and then we have packages with just the Q&A and the 4th of July package. Yeah, that's $25 off, I think. And then we have a package that's all 3 VIP and all 3 events. That's like $100 off. So Yeah, come and check it out. We will be putting out the link here next week. The website and the ticket portal will be going on sale for reservations. We're going to want everybody needs to get in there quick because the VIPs there's only 50 seats available, and the festivities there's only going to be 300 available, and these are for this lineup. That's very, very few tickets. So we're going to want to make sure that all of our people get in there first before we start pumping it out to the wider audience, because past our channels, because we want to see all you guys. We want you to have a chance, but there's only 300 tickets because we only have so much room here at the backyard for the fireworks. So, but yeah, definitely come out and see us.
Lindy, do you cook from frozen every day, mate? Every day.
Yeah, and I mean, we're praying that heals up for you guys, that you guys continue your healing, and that one day you wake up and you understand how wrong you are and you stop doing that. But
It's not about healing for me, it's because I'm lazy. Just out of the freezer and in the air fryer, done.
We're gonna keep praying for you.
Did you put those ringtones on your phone, Lindy?
Oh no, I did get your instructions, but I haven't even looked at them yet.
Okay.
So I might have to after the live stream. We'll do it together.
Michael's being naughty.
Oh, I can't wait to put them on my phone. That's been busy. I went into a biltong shop here in New Zealand and asked if it had sugar in it. He said no, then checked the ingredients and it had sugar and lots of spices and some grains.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Dr. Baker said South African biltong is tasty, but it sounds like too many seasonings for me. Yeah.
Me too. But I might play around with the air drying. That might be fun.
In Australia, Barbell biltong ingredients. Yeah, that's where I've heard of Barbell. Organic grass-fed Oz beef, gluten-free vinegar and sea salt. But they're so expensive, those little packets. They don't really do much.
For sure.
Remember, all New Zealand and Australian beef will be grass-fed, like the butter.
That is pretty awesome. That is a
We
good...
do have nice meat here, I think.
Yeah, I think you do.
Lindy, something weird has happened. When I first got whipped beef tallow to use as moisturizer, I hated the smell. Now, a few months later, I absolutely love it, especially vanilla from Tassie tallow. Yeah, it is. You have to get used to it. And I love it too. I think I've got the lemongrass one and it's nice. Yeah. Good job.
You ever tried frying a steak in it?
Lavender steak.
You don't know what you're missing out on.
I don't know. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, that one sideways for sure. Yeah, where'd you go?
We miss you, Danielle. Hope to see you next month.
Yeah, see you soon. Hope you're healing up good.
I buy the barbell biltong from when I'm traveling. Yeah.
That sounds good.
I'll send you some one day. If I come over, I'll bring some. I actually heard there's a crocodile jerky, so I need to find out. If anyone knows where to buy crocodile jerky, send me the link. I'll try and get some.
Here's a stranger.
Hi, beautiful. She's been in a hurricane or a cyclone or whatever in Queensland, so she's been like on tenterhooks waiting for it to come. And I think it was a bit of a fizzler, but she's having problems with the internet and weather. So I hope you're feeling okay and that everything's all right. And your message came through at 5:30 this morning. So I think she sent me a message at 11 o'clock, and because of the internet, it didn't hit me till 5:30 this morning. So glad to see you're back online.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, definitely stay safe out there because that sounds dangerous. I did see a funny meme where they said everybody had bought out the Australian food stores, and then they showed the freezer section and all the vegan food was still there. like that was not for sustaining life.
Yeah.
The tickets will, we will be putting it out not on the 1st, but next week we will be launching the site, and probably by Friday, which is going to be what is next Friday? something like the 16th, I think. We're going to be probably launching the website, and it'll be
during
launched.
our live stream with Bella.
Yeah, during our live stream with Bella, and then we'll be pumping it out here every Sunday on Instagram, on all the places. But we want to start here and on our live stream on Friday, so that you all know about it first, and then after about 4 weeks, we're going to start putting it out everywhere, so that we reach a bigger audience until we're sold out. But yeah, so get in there quickly. So for our audiences, we just want you guys to get in there. If you're trying to do the VIP thing, and look, I know that it's expensive, but this is also we're doing a veterans fundraiser. So there's that in there, and we're paying for the Healing Humanity team to come down so that we can help them with their so that they can film me for the show. So we're covering that and the and stuff. So that's what the VIP thing's about, is letting people that would like to be able to talk to those doctors and stuff one-on-one in kind of an intimate setting of, like, doctors in the Bella and a lot of people that people come and see, be, basically have a captive audience for 4 hours in a intimate setting, All right.
That's so nice to meet them all in person as well. Like, you see their persona on YouTube, but when you meet them in person and you see their real, that they laugh and joke around, like they're just really awesome people. So it's definitely worth coming to meet them.
For sure.
Hi, Lindy. How are you feeling after your surgery? I'm feeling good, thank you. Yeah, days are long, but I'm doing really well. Everything's healing up beautifully. I feel a lot lighter on my feet, and I have a lap. I still can't get over that. I'm always feeling my tops of my thighs. It's like it's a nice change. So I'm looking forward to being back to normals, and I'm busting to try jumping without having 9 kilos of skin flapping around. So looking forward to be able to live normally again, and just wearing tracksuit pants and things like that, which I could never do before. It's just amazing. It's been such a nice change. Awesome. So yeah, thank you for asking.
It's awesome. I forget what I said. But I'm sure it was completely fair. Lindy, you can't bring U.S. jerky into Australia. Would you be allowed to take biltong into U.S.? Wait a minute. You can't bring U.S. jerky into Australia? How am I going to get there? I'm basically U.S. jerky.
I bought carnivore crisps home, and Bella bought me some carnivore bars. If they're packaged, you can bring them.
I think if they're sealed, you can. Yeah.
If they're sealed, yeah, but not if they're opened.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a suitcase full of carnivore.
Well, let's put Todd in a big Ziploc bag.
You're gonna have to vacuum seal me. At least I'll fit into Coach then. I don't be so bad.
Order crocodile and kangaroo camel jerky at Lee's Market. I don't know what Lee's Market is, but yeah, after my experience with kangaroo and Kerry and Adam were here, I don't think I'm going to go there, but I'll try the crocodile. Isn't it funny how I'm going to try crocodile, but I won't try bull's balls?
Yeah.
With that, like,
right.
Crazy. It's mental games. I
know. It's my dad. One of my dad's favorite jokes is like when he said, I forget what this was from, but he goes, somebody says, you want to try some cow tongue? He's like, I'm not having anything that's been in a damn cow's mouth. And they're like, well, what do you want? And I go, just fry me up some eggs.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That was one of my dad's favorite jokes. Yeah, just fry me up some eggs. I'm not eating anything that's been in a cow's mouth. Well, we made it again. I think we caught up on the comment.
We did.
Woo-hoo! We did it. You guys have put us to work today, but we made it. We went 3 hours and did not leave you guys hanging on comments. You guys have been really kicking in the door lately. We've been having super high attendance, so good job on that. We appreciate you guys coming out. What we got here? We got a couple more Johnny Come Latelys. They were asking everyone coming through customs in Australia if they had any jerky. They were confiscating it. Wow.
Okay. Jerky. When was this? I got through okay in last year.
You're going to get a knock on the
list.
door by by.
Oh.
Now they know they're coming for it. Yeah.
It's all gone now, although I've got the
Mhm.
carnivore bars still available to me. I'm saving those. When do you think you'll be ready for Rebounder Challenge? I will be ready to join you again. I think we're starting our challenge again this week with Lynn, but it's going to be a step challenge because that's all I'm allowed to do. But once I'm cleared for the Rebounder, I definitely will be doing that.
That's awesome. Well, there you go. Well, we appreciate y'all, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this fine Sunday/Monday in Australia. And we will see you guys, for all of you in SBG. We will see you guys tomorrow in the SBG calls. And for everybody else, we will see you on Wednesday for a special episode of 700 Plus Counting Down. And then we will see you on Wednesday night, because we're doing a live stream as well on Wednesday night, I believe, with
we don't know yet. Yeah, we're waiting for confirmation.
Stay tuned on that one, but that one might be coming up. And then Friday live stream and Sunday live stream next week. So yeah, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We will see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Have a good week, guys.
Yeah.